Hello, everyone, and thank you for welcoming and joining us once again. It's your favorite podcast, or at least I'd like to hope so. Longtime watcher, first time writer. As always, I am your longtime watcher, King Fats, and I am joined by my first time writers, Action Shakespeare.
This is my favorite podcast.
B Drops.
My name is B Drops, and this is my favorite podcast on the Citadel.
And the Magical Well Gopher.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, boy, sure, I'll tell you what.
Great energy we're starting on.
Yep.
I love this.
Really.
I'm just Fats tries to bring me in, and I'm like, how do I top the B Drop Citadel? I don't.
You
B
did
stole
it,
the gold.
honestly.
B saw a chance that Shakes left on the table, and they took it, and I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We are on episode 20 of Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer. We're going to be talking about episodes 42 and 43 of the original Kamen Rider series. But before we talk about those, we're going to talk about my personal favorite thing in the world, and that's the death count with B-Drops.
Okay, please allow me to preface this by saying, things are a little messier starting from now on due to the fact that we have Hongo back in the mix, and my system for this is basically to keep things as mathematically simple as possible for me. I am counting only solo kills toward each Kamen Rider for their own individual death counts, and team attacks that defeat bosses or whatever have you will be their own separate count.
Very fair.
This count does go towards the general team rider kill count, but it just keeps the numbers much cleaner for my purposes. Thank you all for your understanding.
Yeah,
I don't
remember,
see how else you
that
would do
conversation
that.
we had last time.
So,
We put
as
two
our
S's in
lovely
this.
patrons will see on my notes, because they're super messy for this month, my original method was I was going to basically personally keep track of each team attack, but give credit to each Kamen Rider because they participated in a kill. So for instance, if they both killed 2 mooks and then they killed the big bad together, they would each have a total of 3 for that episode, despite the fact that there were only 5 kills.
Okay.
Which is fine when the numbers are small, but after a while, I don't want to lose track of the numbers. So yes, instead for that instance, the way I am employing it for the foreseeable future, unless the system simply doesn't work out, is in that instance, if they both killed 2 mooks and they took down a big bad together, it would be 2 for each of them, and then a separate counter for the 1 kill that they did together.
Yeah, no, that's entirely fair, because otherwise just trying to count each individual kill by each individual person, it'd be too much.
It makes the kills not match the deaths, which is a little weird too.
Yes, that's where the tricky part comes in mathematically.
So yeah.
Essentially, the formula would be total Kamen Rider kills would equal the total deaths in the series minus the addition of everything else, the miscellaneous kills, the shocker kills, as well as the team Kamen Rider kills that they got together.
Yeah, it just
is the
wouldn't
simplest
make
way of
sense.
figuring out. Yeah. So, with that being explained and out of the way, on to the death.
Our favorite part.
I was actually quite surprised. I thought we'd have crazy numbers between the two of them for these 2 episodes. But to my incredible surprise, Hongo's big return episode, he only actually killed 1 thing.
Really?
Yes, it was the dual or the double rider kick with Hayato. He didn't kill anything else the whole episode.
Huh. And here I was expecting it to be largely Hayato kills.
It was largely Hayato kills for episode 40. Yes. So Hongo got that one team attack kill with Hayato, and Hayato, because he got a sword fight, got 8 kills.
Good job, Hayato.
Oh, this is for the first. I was gonna say, like, didn't he?
Yes,
didn't
for the
he
first
go
one.
ham in one of them? But that was the next one.
Absolutely.
Hongo went. Hongo got a chance.
Shocker got the 1 kill episode 40 with the Shocker Law Mook on Mook Shocker violence.
You'll love to see
it.
You'll love to see
I
it.
love to see it. Hopefully we'll see more of this in the future. Mika with her Gambit.
Yeah.
She killed 2 mooks, which was pretty cool.
Sorry, that one didn't click. That one took like a second to settle in my head.
I was wondering if it wasn't very good, but
hey, I appreciate it if nothing else.
I just sometimes my noise gate gets the laugh on Discord.
You gotta laugh like you mean it,
fair.
Gopher. You gotta give us that fucking Titus laugh.
I mean, it'll probably be,
Sorry,
probably be in the recording, so we'll know if Gopher's lying.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna check the receipts.
Yeah, in 1 week. You better fucking pray I can't get a ticket to Maine.
Oh no.
Do it.
That gives us a total of 12 kills for episode 40. Episode 41, however, you were absolutely right, Shakes. Hongo was just off the rails this episode in ways that shocked and delighted me. He got like 3 sword fights in the episode. So Hongo gets 18 total solo kills.
Wow.
Yeah!
My man making up for lost time.
Absolutely, and I am delighted to see it.
He is personally annoyed that he did not get you to 400 by episode 40, so he is making up for it, absolutely.
Yeah, really.
With his coin tricks he got in there, and I'm proud of him. Mirroring the last episode, Hayato actually got literally no solo kills in episode 41, which surprised me because I guess there's kind of this illusion that he's in the fray at the end after his showdown with Hongo, but he kind of didn't really do much.
I mean, he couldn't. Hongo was there.
But yeah, Hongo was just very thirsty.
Like we established last episode, Hongo is a psychopath and we love him for it.
I adore that about him, honestly.
It's really good.
Love that for him.
Shocker got 2 kills in episode 41.
Boo.
One of them was Shocker on Shocker violence, though.
Yay!
So I do enjoy Shocker Law very much.
Yeah.
No miscellaneous kills, and that gives us 21 total kills for episode 41.
Jeez.
So that brings us to Hongo, 18 total kills. As of both of these episodes, he is now at 70 out of 416 Kamen Rider kills.
Wow.
400, that's the wrong number. I'm sorry, 270. Out of 270 total Kamen Rider kills.
Of 270 total Kamen Rider kills, 70 of those are just Hongo.
Jesus.
Yes.
Like I know that doesn't
Hongo.
sound like much, but you do have to remember this dude has been gone for how many? Like 20 something episodes?
He's been gone a quarter, or he's only had a quarter of the material presented.
A quarter of the material, and if I did my math right, that's about 38% of the kills.
Jeez. That's so nuts.
Wait, what is it?
You good, B?
Yeah, okay, sorry. I wrote down a number and I was like, is that right? That can't be right. Yes.
Miscalculated.
I have sorry, I'm not used to the new numbers.
That's
I
fair.
forgot to account for the team kills again. Okay, so
I'm sorry, 25%.
Hayato gets 8 total kills for these 2 episodes, which brings him up to a total of 198 out of 270 Team Kamen Rider kills.
Okay, I'm still
And
very
then
good.
there is the additional 2 team kills that are their own counter. And these are our first 2 team kills, so I'm really excited to see how many of those we'll get in the future, and if those will ever be applied to like the mooks at all, if they'll do more team attacks just in general.
Hell yeah.
Shocker is at 3 kills for these 2 episodes, now up to a total of 120 kills total.
I'm sorry,
Boo.
did you say 120?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Do they really have that few kills?
Yes, they were at
Damn.
117 as of last time, so now they're at 120.
We're all the way up to episode 41 and they've only got 120 kills?
They really slowed down.
Yeah?
After, that's a lie, actually. They've had a few dry spells, but they're just largely inept outside of a few instances of killing a ton of people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is basically their track record.
Yeah. I feel like the last big
we love
one
to
was
see
like
it.
Pyrosaurus or something. I can't think of anything.
Honestly,
like,
probably,
than that.
yeah. Yeah, I can't think of the last time they did a big murder that was after Pyrosaurus.
Pyrosaurus is definitely still the record holder.
Good job, Pyrosaurus.
Good job, Pyrosaurus, on both those episodes. Pyrosaurus is the first and second place.
Wow.
Given the bus and the club.
Yeah. You can find them in the club.
We have 2 miscellaneous kills for those episodes, bringing us to 26 whole miscellaneous kills.
Hell yeah,
Good job, Team Kamen Rider. And that gives us 33 kills total for these 2 episodes, and now 416 total deaths in all of Kamen Rider.
4 more kills. 4 more kills.
Apologies for any confusion or blundering. I'm clearly a little more insecure about this set of numbers, but I am going to do my best from here on.
Yeah, again,
as I do.
Big ups to B-Drops for doing all of this, because this is, I mean, God, in hindsight, this was just kind of a joke that we made at the end of the first episode because a bunch of murders happened. And
well, a whole bunch of murders have happened. They did not stop happening at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it is quickly gone from funny joke about, haha, look at all the murders in this kid show, to, like, a fucking real endeavor to try and keep track of. And B does it by themselves. So, like, big ups for B-Drops.
Yeah, absolutely.
For all of the very hard work that they put into the death count and getting it right for y'all every week. And, obviously apologies if, something is wrong for whatever reason. B is doing their best. They are a busy, busy bee.
I am doing my best to thank you. I apologize for any errors. I promise I attempt accuracy, but sometimes I have a little bug brain. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it happens to the best of us. And, like, look, I'll be honest. You are almost assuredly doing a better job than I would have if I tried to do this.
No, I don't know about that.
I'm bad about counting stuff. I'll admit that. Sometimes I'll just do addition wrong because I'll add the wrong 2 numbers for some reason. So I would ruin this thing.
Sometimes I do the addition too quickly in my head as I'm doing it on paper, so I accidentally add the sum of the numbers to the equation.
Oh no!
And get a higher sum. So that's what it would be like if I was in charge of the death count.
Well, it'd be like if you were in charge of the death count, Shakes.
Oh, I'd probably keep track of it fine.
Yeah, I mean,
that's exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, honestly. I believe in Shakes.
I know how to count.
Shakes our count good. And
that's
now
not fully true, but if I
As-
can rewind and check, it'll be fine.
As I usually say, I only passed college algebra. That does not mean I can count.
Yeah. I didn't even attempt college algebra, so I definitely can't count.
When I took it, my teachers said as long as the answers are correct on the test, I don't care how you do your homework or anything like that. If you use online calculators, you're putting yourself at risk to not know what you're doing. And well, apparently I knew enough.
Good Yorb.
There we go.
And here we go. we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first of our 2 episodes for today. Episode 42, The Devil Messenger, The Eerie Flyman, which originally aired January 15th, 1972. It's the 42nd episode of Kamen Rider. And let me tell you a little bit about how it starts, because it's fucking insane. So this episode opens on a group of hooligans harassing people on the road in their car. I should take a moment to say that once again, no synopsis on the Wikipedia, so you're getting homemade this week. Hope you enjoy it, and if you don't, fucking you do it then if you're so goddamn smart.
Please.
Think I want to be spending my fucking pre-recording break doing this shit? I could be eating a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta type.
You should be eating a pizza.
I had the slice of pizza, and then my break took way longer than it was supposed to. Both because I had the slice of pizza and because I forgot to speed up the second episode. So I was just watching it for a bit like a dumbass.
Just having a good time, just vibing.
Yeah. I had to check some stuff. Anyway, we got a group of hooligans. They are harassing people on the road in their car. We then cut to Goro leading a group of children at a crosswalk. As the kids are crossing, the hooligans show up and hit a child. They are reprimanded by Hayato and Tachibana, but drive off without helping the child. So yeah, I mean, let's just get into it, because we got a big bit there.
Shoutouts to this guy for attempting the first ever miscellaneous kill on the villain side.
Yeah, really. First ever miscellaneous kill for Shocker.
That dude was just going to run down children and then just be like, fuck it, and bye.
Didn't even break his spine, dude. It's fine.
He literally is like, I didn't hit him very hard.
Yeah, like,
whatever.
I barely touched him, whatever. Peels off. You have to understand, the second I saw Goro, a chill ran up my spine, because I had read the little, like, episode blurb that was on Verve, at least part of it, so I knew that the bad guy was going to be someone who hits a kid, who does a hit and run on a kid, and so I saw Goro at that crosswalk, and I was like, oh no! No, not
It's
Goro,
okay.
not like this!
Not my boy.
It's okay, he has a fucking parade of expendable children.
Yeah,
I do.
he really
sure
does.
Yeah.
Once
He's
again,
Not going to lie, I was very surprised that only one of those children was hit,
Yeah.
because Goro is literally walking in a group of like 10 children, and when the car comes, some of them split one way and the other, but there's like a set group of them still in the middle
Yeah.
who are just deer in headlights.
there should be 2 kids who are dead.
Maybe there are. We just visited the one in the hospital that survived.
Yeah, maybe. It would explain.
my-
There's even a line later on in the episode about, where the kid is like, Goro, you feel responsible for what happened, don't you? So, yeah, maybe Goro's trying to atone for his sins.
Jesus.
What sins could Goro possibly have?
Apparently not expecting some dude to be cool with murdering children. I mean, yeah, really, this is fucking nuts. That they were just like, hey, it'd be a fun way to open up this kids show? Let's have a kid get hit by a car.
Oh my god, I just noticed something kind of weirdly amusing about this scene. In the shot when the hooligans peel away and they turn back to Hayato and Tachibana and Taki, you can just see some guy behind them squatting in the road.
Yeah.
It's I guess he's just not very alarmed by this sight. Like, I know more than likely they're just filming this on the street and these are just actual, like, real pedestrians, but just the concept of, like, would it be really weird of me to say this? If I saw a camera crew and they were filming this and I could very clearly tell what was supposed to be happening in this scene, would it be weird to react to that as if you were like an actual extra? Because I feel like I would do it if I knew the camera could see me.
Nah.
I don't think it would be that weird. I mean, you're trying to be considerate. It's like, walking behind a group of people when you see they're taking a picture, or, waiting for them to take the picture first or whatever. You're trying to be considerate because you see that people are doing camera stuff. So, I don't know. Here is my defense and then retraction of said defense to your point B. I would do the same thing. I would absolutely, if I could clearly tell I'm going to be in the shot, I would either just A, try to stay out of the shot, or B, I would react like I was an extra. But also, I am a huge nerd who did theater for 7 years between middle and high school, so, it would be theater instincts more so than any kind of form of courtesy, and I might be an outlier. I don't know, Shakes, Gopher, thoughts? Would y'all just try to stay out of camera view, or?
I mean, yeah, that is the professional courtesy is just to not be in the fucking shot.
Yeah, I guess that's
that
fair.
said,
you two both have film experience of a sort, huh?
That said, guy squatting, I kind of like that. I kind of love this dude. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's just posted up in the middle of the street.
My man just posted
I did
up.
not notice this man before. I love this
he's
guy.
not even on the sidewalk or in front of a building. He's literally in the middle of the street.
Love that.
And he's
for
mostly covered up by people, but when they move, you can see this guy, and he's just kind of watching. He's just kind of looking.
Oh, what's going on over there?
Sup?
You making a show?
Yeah. Y'all making a documentary about how you almost killed this kid? Wild.
Yeah, it's a dramatic reenactment. Oh,
I heard you might be filming a show like that popular Kamen Rider thing we got going.
Yeah,
Never heard of
you
it.
know about that?
Some of my friends say I'm a pretty good actor. I don't know. Maybe I could help you guys out.
I could be the next Kamen Rider,
Yeah.
listen, I'll be the guy in the background investigating the tire tracks.
Yeah. I'm
Where
gonna
they-
be like the Japanese
sure.
Columbo.
Yeah.
Listen to my henshin. Henshin. It's just.
Yeah, it's just,
pretty good.
I haven't worked on it a lot, but I've been told it's alright.
It's not like I've been up for days rehearsing that or anything.
It's definitely. Yeah, so I think the only thing quite as fun as this bit where we watch a child get hit by a car is the bit that follows immediately after.
Oh, it's so good.
Hayato chases after the men, and after being hit by their car, lands on the vehicle. The men attack him, and he beats them back, having a conversation with the driver all the while. Shocker, meanwhile, is watching this and decides to abduct the driver because of his cruel nature.
I love the fascist cameras
Yeah.
that just literally pop out of the open field by the road.
Yep.
And also are incredibly visible, but no
Super
one takes
visual.
notice of them.
Yeah, they demonstrate exactly what these things look like, exactly how big they are, and then go to first-person view of the camera and show the characters walking right past them.
Just run
in-
right by.
From a perspective where they would have been staring right at the camera.
Yeah, it's
Hidden
very
camera.
good. Super, yeah, the most hidden camera.
It's got stealth technology.
Yeah, it's got a cloaking field or whatever.
Yeah.
So, we skipped by it a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken, the cruel nature in which you're referring to is not just hitting kids, but didn't he say something along the lines of oh yeah, there should be less humans. There's
Yes.
too many humans in the
Yes.
world. And I'm
So,
just
so yeah, to get
what?
into it, Hayato is reprimanding this dude every chance he gets. He's yelling at this guy about you hit a kid and you didn't
Which
even do
fair.
anything. You didn't try to help. You just drive away. Don't you feel bad? Don't you feel anything? Where's your sense of morality? And this dude's it's fine. If anything, I was doing us a favor. Japan's overpopulated. We could use a couple less people. And it's bro. What the fuck? What a defense for I almost murdered a child. Hayato was you don't feel bad about hitting that kid? And his response was, I feel bad I didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That is
possibly a step beyond cartoonishly villainous. I don't know. Like, something about his phrasing is especially nasty.
Yeah.
Because it feels a little closer to the actual kind of cynicism real life people can have in the nastiest way possible. And he's not just like, I love running children over with my car, ha ha ha. To which obviously we could be like, oh, you silly cartoonish villain.
Right, yeah, no, a lot of this dude's, like, cadence and line delivery, which I will say big ups to the actor for this, like, felt, I don't know if genuine is necessarily the right term, but, like, very realistic. I think, much to our dismay, whether in person or at least on the internet, we have all had conversations with people who thought like this, and it kind of rang quite true to how those people tend to talk, and it was like, cool. So you're just literally the shittiest possible type of person.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back in Shocker Base, Dracula's watching all this happen, and he's just like, "Dude, that guy's fucked up. Let's go get him.
He's still powered up.
Put him in the fly suit."
Yeah.
I appreciated Gopher's description as we were watching of what exactly happens to this man.
Yeah.
Scooby
Dude.
Yep. This dude gets absolutely fucking Scooby-Doo trapped.
Like,
they're out in the field. They're out in the middle of a field.
Yeah, out in the middle of the field, in the middle of nowhere. But this dude, he's running away from Hayato. He gets up against the wall, and the floor just comes out underneath him. Falls in there like it's an Ilbleed trap.
If you're wondering, are we missing out on any context? Or are they not giving us context of maybe something? Anything that they might have skipped over? No. It's not. It's just a random field that happened to have this guy come to, and Hayato happened to stop him there. It was just so coincidental.
So coincidental. It was so random. I just happened to be in this field. Hey guys, it's me, Shocker.
Hey guys.
Fucking Shocker. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
It's the Dracula doing that.
Oh, that would be so good. Speaking of Dracula, I do just very briefly want to bring up that Dracula's Magical Rainbow TV is back.
Yep.
He is still powered up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Still absolutely running Carmel Dancing on repeat in the Shocker base. The workers are sick of it. It's the 40th hour, but, you know, you don't listen to Carmel Dancing, you don't get paid. I don't think they get paid anyway.
It's
but
unusual every couple of hours.
27 plays of Carmel Dancing and one it's unusual. Just to spice it up. And that was the best meal I ever had at the Shocker base.
What kind of food do you think they serve?
We saw they have beautiful banquets.
Yeah, this is true.
At least, I guess that's Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but like,
yeah, that's fair. And there
I
were
don't know.
guests.
They probably eat pretty okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Depends
gonna
on-
I wonder if
guess-
they go full stereotype with it and they specifically only eat German food, or if they just eat what's like available. I think
But the
I think specifically while Zol was in charge, it was absolutely fucking like Wiener Schnitzel every night.
Yeah, probably. The dude's a cosplayer. Like a
Yeah, absolutely.
big Nazi weeaboo.
Jesus. What
That's
a
like
sentence.
his canon backstory.
Yeah.
No, it is, but
Is that
what a
why they never have
sentence.
money?
Zol probably had a collection of
They-
fucking Steins.
They were eating schnitzel every night?
Yeah.
That's why they had no money for anything?
Yeah. Yeah, fucking import Schnitzel. Fucking Zol.
I believe it. I mean, I think I trust that that Dracula is budgeting a lot better given this set of episodes. Well,
so here's
not
the thing.
entirely, but
I wanted to bring up something about that because you made a comment when we were watching the episodes, and kind of later on and during the rewatch, I realized it doesn't quite exactly hold true, but we'll get to that later
that's
on.
super fair.
So okay, Yeah, they Scooby Doo trap our tassel warrior. And so we jump to Goro, who is in the hospital with the boy who was hit. I should point out his name is Hiroshi, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't write that down during the synopsis because I don't think they ever actually name dropped this kid until like almost the end of the episode.
I think it's the beginning and the end.
Is it the beginning? There might have been one at the beginning that I just missed.
Like when they're talking with his mom, I'm pretty sure they say it.
Oh, that would be this scene then. Yeah, it's possible they would have said it then, and I might have just missed it.
It's incredibly important that we remember his name because obviously he's going to be around for a very long time as
Obviously.
an important recurring character.
Yeah.
Just like Hiromi.
What?
Coincidencia?
The answer might
Just
surprise
like
you.
Mari.
What's a Mari?
Do you mean Yuri?
Yeah. You probably mean Yuri.
Michi.
Oops.
Do you mean mochi? That's a food.
No. She means They mean Mika.
Yeah.
It's a weird
our good friend
mess
Mika.
up, but yeah, it's our good friend Mika. She's been here the whole time, along with Emmy.
Ruriko.
Ruri. Not ringing any bells.
You mean
Shiro?
Emmy.
Shiro.
I remember Shiro. He was in the early days.
Snack Amigo.
Snackuna?
I actually literally wrote, technically for a later scene, no real spoilers, but we see the front of the Tachibana Motor Club.
Oh, yeah.
And my note for that scene reads, I miss Snack Amigo so much.
Yeah,
I
that's
do,
fair.
yeah.
I do too.
You think that's a copyrighted name?
That's a good question, actually.
Are you gonna start
Let's
a
open
snack,
Snack
amigo?
Amigo.
Yeah.
I would absolutely open a fucking Snack Amigo. Are you kidding me?
Only if we get to
Hell
kill
yeah.
Nazis.
Well, yeah, as a part-time gig.
It's a,
What's the point?
Well, I mean,
it's on the left side of the menu.
Way left.
you know, we could have, we could stylize it. You know, you got your cupcakes, you got your muffins, you got your fascist heads, you know?
Yeah.
Normal foods.
Love a delicious slice of devil's food cake. The devils are Nazis.
We stole their cake.
Yeah.
After we destroyed them.
This does make me legitimately curious if anyone has opened a little snack place or some sort of a restaurant or shop or something and actually named it Snack Amigo because they were like a Kamen Rider fan. I'd be interested in looking up Snack Amigo and seeing if I could find anything that wasn't related to Kamen Rider.
I found one.
Oh.
Same.
It is called El Amigo Snack.
that is the first one I found.
That is the
Which
Snack
appears
Amigo.
to be a Mexican snack shop.
Yeah, well, that's...
There's another one. There is an actual Snack Amigo.
Oh.
I don't think it's inspired. Where is this? Oja? Balaktar Oja is. I think this is in the Middle East.
Interesting.
It's in Morocco.
Huh. There's...
Who wants to go to Morocco for a one-off joke?
Yes.
Just
Yes, I
squat
do.
in front of the Snack Amigo place. I don't know if this is like a hole, like a hole in the wall, like just kind of area. I guess that seems like a restaurant, like just a real small one.
All right, like $6,000 on the Patreon or whatever. Send us to Snack Amigo.
we all go to Snack Amigo.
We also need to go to, I forget its name. There is a
Oh yeah, that the ramen shop.
yeah, I think it's like the ramen shop in Thailand that's just lined to the wall with tokusatsu and Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds actually fun.
And we
Yeah,
do still need to
no,
go
right,
visit Hayato's Actors Restaurant as well.
Yeah.
Pay homage
So basically what we're
to a
saying
king.
is that if we ever get thousands of dollars on the Patreon, we're gonna go take some field trips and do some recording episodes in other countries.
Some wild places.
Yeah. Like we'll do a recording from the rock quarry wherever they filmed it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Who's getting thrown in the rock
I
quarry?
would fucking love to do a recording in the quarry. I would love to just go visit the
I'll do the
quarry.
throwing.
Yeah, I mean, Shakes has gone on record saying that she needs to gorilla press me. So
Yeah, that's fair.
it's like he gorilla press me off a rock quarry or whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. I have no training.
Shakes and I
Just
are
roll.
gonna hit a big rig on Gopher in the quarry. And Gopher
I'll
will
film
die.
it.
I'll die, but it'll be really cool.
It's gonna be
Great
so
final
cool.
episode.
Yeah.
real bombastic.
Call me fantastic. Anyway,
What are we talking about?
Kamen Rider. Weirdly,
Yeah.
we were still talking about Kamen Rider.
Well, you started talking about characters that don't exist, so we...
Yeah,
Right.
we got a little
Unlike our
distracted.
good friend Hiroshi.
Yeah, Hiroshi
Our good friend
exists as fuck.
Hiroshi, whose teeth are still working on it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I did have a what did my note specifically say? Yeah, it said more work in progress teeth. What I had is just the acronym WHIP. Yeah, those were under the development teeth. But you know, sometimes it'd be like that with kids. Anyway,
Frequently, in fact.
yeah, like for a majority of the time.
Do you know that most kids lose all of their teeth? It's really messed up.
It's fucked up. I know I didn't. I
What-
made a point not to, because I heard
Yeah.
about
What
that.
do you mean
and I was
most?
Most kids lose all of their teeth.
Like, yeah, like
No, like what is the percentage? Like, are we talking like 51% or are we talking like 90%?
I don't know the sources, but I do know it's most. I assume in the higher 90s. But
Nobody does it more.
I don't know where I'm going with this bit.
yeah.
I mean, I knew where I was going to eventually send it, but I feel like people would have gotten upset with me because
Well,
it would have rhymed with mimetic meek.
Gotten upset with you for the first time in 2 weeks.
Damn, I'm setting the record.
I didn't even.
Take you
Hey,
to
let's
process
keep
that
going.
one there, Gopher.
No, I still am processing it. I don't know.
Well, you keep processing that.
Yeah, you
Where
translate
were we?
that Morse code and I'll continue. So we then see Goro in the hospital with Hiroshi, who was hit. It's worded like that because I just have it as the boy who was hit because I know his name. His mother and Emmy, as they are checking on his condition. Essentially, this is just a little bit where a doctor's like, he's going to be okay. He just needs to rest for a little bit. Mom looks way too happy to be here because she's on TV, and Emmy is wearing a cute little outfit. That we'll
Well,
see
her
more of
boy's
later.
alive.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
I mean, while you can count your blessings while your son is okay after being hit by a car, I feel like there would be mixed feelings at best, given, one, yes, of course, it's great that he's okay and was hurt minimally, but on the other hand, someone did just hit your kid with a car and bail?
mhm.
And then,
That's pretty messed
and then
up.
Yeah.
turned into a Nazi.
Well, I don't think she knew about that last part.
Turned into a fly man.
I'm not gonna lie, it'd be kind of wild if she just knew that last bit.
I
And she
heard on
did
the news.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom.
run
They put everything in the papers.
Hit and run suspect turned into fly Nazi. I've read it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, in the fucking National Enquirer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Weekly World News got the
Yeah.
front page scoop.
I married a fly
gotta-
Nazi.
This is the
You
70s.
gotta keep up with the current events, Hiroshi. It's important.
It's the 70s, and the internet isn't even making you pay for a newspaper yet.
Thank God.
What's an internet?
Don't you do that. Don't you do that in that voice. Don't you get me started.
That does remind me of fucking. There was like a Simpsons joke. It was just like it was a flashback of the 70s with Homer and everybody, and like Lenny's just like, "Hey, you ever heard of this internet?" He's like, "Yeah, they put this new netting on the inside of your swim trunks."
Oh, that's a good bit. Good job, Simpsons. You gotta laugh at me.
Good job, you were.
You got
Good
an
ones.
Alchemedes laugh out of the B and I. Truly, I will never forget Alchemedes for no reason other than that. Those laughs were absolutely amazing. Go watch that Alchemedes laugh edit that Gopher made. I know we uploaded that to YouTube. Go watch that for a good
It is
laugh.
fantastic.
Have
It's
a
so
laugh.
good.
At some laughs.
Yeah. Anyway.
Send that to a coworker without context.
Yeah, that is truly the best way to do it. Is just send that shit to someone. Don't explain anything. Just send it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Send it to a loved one.
Yeah.
Send it to a hated one.
Send it to your dog.
Make a bot that sends that. Don't do that. Actually, please don't put bots into the
Make
world.
a bot that
There's
sends
enough.
it to everyone in your Discord and make them think that you got a virus.
That's a fun virus, though.
It's fun. It'd be a virus I'd be okay with. If it was just a virus that played that video.
Yeah, I mean, well, some viruses like that exist. I was watching a video, and apparently there is a virus that when you started up a program, for the first 5 seconds, there'd just be a screen that said 420 legalize weed, and then it goes back to your normal program.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you know what else is nice?
Kamen Rider, but specifically
Yeah.
this part that we're about to be in Kamen Rider isn't nice. Because we're back at the Shocker base where our driver, whose name is Osamu, which this is information that we'll get later on, and also actually information that I don't know why I'm bringing up, because this is the point where he's being turned into the Flyman. So we're not going to call him Osamu anymore. He's Flyman now.
No.
Which,
Flam.
I will say, we should now use this chance to... First, we should use this chance to mention the Flyman mural, because that ruled.
Oh, yeah,
It's so good.
Good-ass mural, as always. Second, we should use this time to talk about the Flyman actual suit. I don't know about y'all, but I personally really dug this suit.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a real... I think it kind of harkens back to what we've said previously about, sometimes just going for something a little simpler is better. There's not a lot of bells and whistles going on with this suit. It doesn't even have wings. It's just kind of
kind of weird for a fly.
Yeah, very strange for a fly, but we're not going to talk about it too much. But yeah, I mean, it's just this green kind of segmented bodysuit that makes it sort of look like a carapace. Green on the arms, some tufts of fur, and
Yeah, someone cleaned out their shower drain and stuck it in the little...
yeah, and then just a big old fly head, and it looks really good. At least for me, for my money. I don't know how the rest of y'all feel about it, but
It looks better from the front.
yeah, that is definitely it. It looks best full front head on. At certain angles, it can look a little weird, but
And, I mean, at least for me, that's because I feel like it was built to be looking at the front of this costume.
yeah, especially with the way the head looks.
Exactly. I was going to mention that the head it's very bug shaped, it's very angular, and then the back of the head is just kind of like a circle. It's just like it goes over your head. That's it.
Yeah, truly just a mask that an actor needs to put on from the side and the back, but from the front, very good looking.
I'm
yeah,
still
absolutely.
kind of... I'm a little fucked up because I wasn't even thinking about the fact that he didn't have wings and didn't
That's fair.
fly whatsoever. Why is he a fly? It's in their name.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's not in the Japanese name, but it's their whole shtick. It's in the
it is
mural.
bit. Yeah, it is in the mural too, huh?
Why
Yeah,
isn't
I
there
don't.
just some wings on this man?
So,
Yeah, there's no wings and there's no extra appendages.
You know what?
Are my only complaints?
I know the
Oh, and no antenna
exact
either.
reason why this man does not fly. And that is because the dude we are about to talk about next episode flies.
I guess that's fair.
And they were like, I'll be damned if we're going to do two flying dudes back to back.
with
We're
the
already
same
doing
damn
the rest
plot.
of the plot.
Spoilers. It's
Yeah.
the same damn plot.
Yeah, spoiler alert, we're doing the same, we're running it back on this one anyway, so.
You're gonna get past the ad break, and then you're going to be like, wait a minute, I think I've heard this before. We're just going to copy and paste this part of the recording into the next episode.
Yeah, it just replace all instances of the next guy, Flyman, with the next guy's name. And
Yes.
Yeah.
we're done.
Editing note for Wordsley. Every time we say Flyman, just replace it with Birdman, and then, just copy paste. Call that an episode, baby. Birdman!
Birdman.
Good. I'm glad everybody
Get
I'm glad
that
everybody
reference
wanted to get a slice out of that.
I haven't seen Birdman since I had cable.
That's fair. That's incredibly fair.
Michael Keaton's getting it. Go watch it.
Yeah, good old Harvey Birdman.
I watch Harvey Birdman on a monthly basis.
Oh, that's right, you do. I really need to go watch it, because I don't think I've watched a lot of episodes of Birdman, but I don't know if I've ever actually, I don't know if I can say I have watched the whole show, so I really need to do that.
I cannot recommend it enough.
Birdman is such a great show. When you're done watching Kamen Rider, go check out Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Yeah, and now back to our regularly scheduled Kamen Rider. I know, does
Yeah,
anybody
we hope
else
you
have...
enjoyed these non-sponsored messages.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything to say about this this Flyman suit?
There's a small part of me that I haven't read that Kamen Rider manga past when I was reading it up to around where we were, so I don't know if this episode has been adapted or how it would be if it has been, but I have to admit, the bloodthirsty part of my mind says, look at that big bug. I just want Kamen Rider to just punch through his eyeballs.
Yeah, you want to watch Kamen
yeah.
Rider just squash this big old bug.
He's got huge
got
eyes.
titanic
another
eyes.
thing we should mention, he's got huge eyes and they light up.
Yeah.
They regularly light up throughout this episode, and it's a
Light
really
up
cool
action.
effect because they have him lurking in the darkness, so you see his giant green eyes emerge from the black. It's really
Yeah, it is
cool.
legitimately a super dope effect.
B,
And
I
it-
really hope you play Doom Eternal sometime,
I would like to at some point.
because
It's a cool game.
these things you're describing are just something
Yeah.
the game would do. And you know what? I have to agree.
There's frequent eye punching in Doom.
There sure is.
He also looks like a caterpillar more than a fly.
Yeah,
A
a
little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Maybe I just got Mothra on the brain and I'm like, bug, segmented,
Moth.
grub.
Yeah.
I mean, they sure didn't make him look like anything else. He's got a vaguely fly head, but none of the trimmings.
Yeah. Yeah,
that
it's
we
true.
associate with fly.
It's weird. I kind of didn't think about it too much, watching the episode, but yeah, in hindsight, actually dissecting the suit, he has none percent fly shit. Aside from the head, it's all kind of just he's just a bug man.
And not even entirely the head. It's vaguely fly-like.
Yeah. It's weird. I like it. I don't think it takes away from the suit at all. It's still a good suit.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
It is very strange that this is explicitly the flight. This looks like maybe almost a base for some other insect-based suit that was supposed to be expanded upon and then never was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose, to be fair, at the time of this show's creation, you would have to buy encyclopedias or go to the library and do studies and sketches in the library if you really wanted to do anatomical studies of a fly, and they were not as blessed as us to simply have the Google.
Yeah, this is incredibly fair as well.
On one
Yeah.
hand, sure, but on the other hand, they did paint an entire fly mural.
Yeah, that's fair. That fly mural looks like a fly.
Yeah.
It's largely pretty silhouetted though.
I mean, yeah, but
so they can
it's-
get away with some.
Here's the thing, though, is the two major fly things that we pointed out that this suit is missing are present on that mural. And those are like the only they are literally like the only things that would need to be added to make this suit go from like kind of weird to completely and totally passable and just a good suit. Like
Maybe they're just made by different teams.
yeah, maybe, but like
Yeah.
if we had just gotten a pair of wings and like even one additional set of arms, this would have been like a perfect, like a fucking 10 out of 10 Flyman suit.
Maybe some little forked toesies.
Yeah.
They have those on the mural. Nasty little toesies.
You have horrid feet flies.
Not the toesy woesies.
All right, we can't keep saying toesies. I'm ripcording us out.
Beanies?
Nope, it's too late. I've already pulled the ripcord. I'm leaving. You can't trap me here.
Yes, we can.
So Fats, you mentioned that that it has the glowing eyes, right? And it makes this really cool, spooky effect.
Yeah.
Now, please tell us the noise he makes that ruins that immediately.
You see, old Flyman, he's got a little something stuck in his engine there, and so he doesn't really rev up quite properly. He kind of just goes. No, I swear it's gonna start up on it. Just, maybe I'm out of gas and I just. It's this dude's noise. It's so good. It's such a great noise. I think my favorite thing about this noise being the Flyman's noise is the fact that it is happening right after the third rebirth of Armadillon, who, with his spicy new take, he decided he was going to do a cool new sound effect, which is not dissimilar to this one.
That one's actually like rolling the tongue, though.
Yeah,
like this is all in the lips. You can tell
lips.
It's just the.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's good.
No
it's a good big fly noise. If you were like,
you gotta do something, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
if you were like, Fats, tell me what a fly would sound like, but big. I would probably eventually land on.
You could do like a buzzing noise of some sort. Since Bee Woman didn't really do anything like that, it wouldn't be redundant.
Yeah, did Bee Woman even make a noise, actually?
Nah, not really.
No, she just yelled.
Come on, Bee Woman.
She was just a shrill woman.
See, this is why. Remember a while back when we were like, or no, it was when we were doing the podcast stream, and we were like, who's your least favorite shocker villain? And I was like, Bee Woman. It's because of shit like this. Step it up, Bee Woman.
She can't. She's dead.
Yeah, this is true. Truly
Well,
a
he
corpse.
hasn't had a revival like many of these other guys.
Yeah.
I think
That's
she
weird.
came back for the soccer dinosaur, but like everybody did, and they all got killed again.
Yep.
What an episode.
Yeah. Speaking of episodes,
Where are we?
We got a Flyman. He goes boo, boo, boo. And he's got one thing on his mind. This fly, he looks at his cool new friend, Dr. Shinigami, and he's like, I hate Hayato Ichimonji. I want to kill Hayato Ichimonji. Tell me where Hayato Ichimonji is so I can kill him. And Dr. Shinigami's like, hold on. I got this USB stick full of Altoids, is the thing. You should give an Altoid to Ichimonji's friends, and then that'll let you control them with your brainwaves, because apparently that's the thing you've got. And then you can make
like
his
flies.
Yeah, like how flies do. And then you can make his
I had-
friends kill him. And
I had kind of taken this assumption that they were maybe going with the sort of, despite some of their implementation in a few places in this episode, a sort of fly on the wall kind of thing, where he watches everything happen, but doesn't actually partake much.
no, not really. That probably would have been a very cool, interesting way of implementing this, but it's just kind of not what happened, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately. Because that was my thought at this scene, like, oh, he's going to, like, hide out somewhere nearby and tell them all to kill him, and they're gonna have to, like, sniff him out. But then I remembered this is Kamen Rider, and my predictions never end up happening.
Yeah. So
You fool.
yeah, 4B.
You expect something clever?
You gotta remember.
Watch the bug man and kick him.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is definitely a TV show from 1972 at this point now. So you know, sometimes the solutions to our problems are not so eloquent. So
What are our solutions?
Flyman has a little fly friend, by the way.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Dr. Shinigami gives him a package of Altoids. Flyman summons his son.
I am son of Flyman.
Yeah.
And
that translates to "Don't talk to me or my son ever again."
in fly in brr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
All right.
yeah, nope. I was ready, and
Just
then I
thinking about
wasn't.
it. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, I had to visualize the meme for a second and be like, yeah, that's fucking good. It's quality shit. So we go ahead and go back to the Moto Club. Oh, right, I cut this out because I was like, I'll put it back in hindsight, but then I didn't because active typing while watching. So there's a brief scene in between, like, us watching Osamu get turned into the Flyman and Osamu and Flyman getting those Altoids, where Taki kind of just shows up at the Moto Club and is like, I found out where the guy who did that hit and run lives. Let's go talk to him. So that is where we end up eventually, as they are all going to the home of this man. They are going to speak with his mother about what happens, because even though this dude looks like he's 30, I guess he's supposed to be like a college student or something.
Hello, I'm a normal college
Only
student.
assume.
Yeah, 30.
I mean, yeah. I'm not going to say that people who are 30 cannot or should not live with their parents, or cannot or should not, go to college, but it was just, this scene was confusing to me because of how much older this gentleman looked, at least initially. But we'll get into that here. So Hayato and the Moto Club, they go to the home of the driver, and they ask to speak with his mother about what happened. While waiting, while the Moto Club group is waiting, the Flyman drugs a pot of coffee that is served to the group.
My note for this scene reads, "Poop deployed."
Yeah. So old Flyman, he's schlunking around outside. He sends his son into the house to do his dark bidding. The pot of coffee gets set down somewhere, so a female, I don't think,
Presumably Osamu's sister.
that's what I was
maybe?
thinking, or maybe she was like a nanny of some kind, or
Because he's a baby.
I don't know. I don't think they ever explain who this lady is. Certainly not after what happens to her, which we'll get into. So anyway, this lady has a pot of coffee. She puts it down. She investigates the noise. While that's happening, Fly Son swoops in. He poops an Altoid into the coffee. He swoops out. This lady comes.
It literally comes out of a hatch in its butt.
It's literally, like, don't take our word for it. Go watch the episode. He literally
Just
poops
like
an Altoid.
real, just like
Watch
real
my
flies.
son deploy his poop.
Yeah, flies and how they be pooping.
A little bit.
Oh Lord,
Oh,
they
Lord.
pooping.
Damn, they didn't lie. That ass can poop.
Okay.
Slaps coffee. Look how many poops this coffee can fit.
This bad boy
One
can fit
pops
so
out.
many poops. Just the worst possible Kamen Rider memes. That's what you get on this podcast.
I want to see them.
I do
Not
too.
with my mind's eye,
With
but
my real
with
eyes.
my eyes.
Create our horrible, shitty Kamen Rider
Yeah.
memes and post them for your friends.
I will be delighted to behold them if you make them. Please at me.
please at me. Please at B at the podcast Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's make sure the world sees these. At Hideki Anno.
Yeah.
And get
Hideaki Anno, please look at our
please
podcast
look at our dumbass
memes.
memes about the Fly
Just
Man
the
God.
memes.
episode.
Don't listen. Don't listen to the podcast.
Just the horrible thought of Hideaki Anno actually enjoying, possibly, like, sitting down, watching this podcast and being like, I like this.
Yeah, it was a good podcast.
Like, that's just terrifying.
I can't fathom such a reality.
There's
Yeah, this
truly just
No,
such
I'm just like-
a wonderful comedy in my mind of seeing a they didn't lie, that ass can poop fucking meme with a like on it on Twitter from Hideki Anno. Just the notion that Hideki Anno saw that and was like, yeah, that's funny. I like that.
I think we would officially
Yeah,
peak.
truly. And we'd
Yeah.
have to get a sponsor then. I don't know who.
Hideaki Anno, will you
Yeah,
sponsor
will you,
us?
you sponsor us in our dumb memes?
We are very much looking forward to your to the rest of your Sheen series.
So incredibly.
Not only Sheen Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I do need to go hunt down Shin Ultraman at some point and watch that.
Was that not still being postponed?
Was it? I thought it had already come out for some reason.
Yeah, I thought it was
I might be
2020.
insane.
I thought it was announced to be postponed, but I could be wrong.
We'll have to look into it later because this is a Kamen Rider podcast. Anyway,
Please, what would it be? Long time ultra. Damn it. Anyway,
you tried. You made an attempt, and it is appreciated.
first time, man.
No, it's not that kind of podcast.
No, yeah, we've all just the great majority of us have been there already.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing new.
Yeah, we're old
If
hat.
you want to make it really stupid, it's long time watcher, first time writers, plus ultra.
Oh, that's good.
That's going to be confused for a different fan.
Yeah.
Sure is.
That's how
I'm
we
here-
get them.
I'm here, if nothing else, to confuse
The audience,
and
you know,
enrage people.
and we love you for it. Anyway, so
Yeah,
we
please
pooped
go on.
we pooped an Altoid into the coffee. Coffee gets served to the group in the fruit room. The mom comes in.
This juice is banging you.
Paid asshole. So the mom comes in looking like, hey, I don't think anyone else commented on it. We didn't say anything in media res while we were watching the episode, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out here now. Mom comes in looking like a real bitch. She just seems, she
little
seems
bit.
like she's got a stick shoved way up her ass.
The characters comment on it.
Yeah, that's fair. This is true.
It's just
No
like,
one-
that lady's creepy, but she makes some bomb-ass coffee.
Yeah, tell you what though.
Better
She
drink
also
all of
keeps like paring knives next to her fruit bowl, which consists entirely of apples and bananas.
Because, you know, sometimes you just really need a paring knife to get into that banana.
Yeah.
When you're evil,
I mean, do you use a fork, B?
Yes, because B is a hero.
what? No. Okay, listen. Whenever you see a scene of a character eating an apple with a knife, you know they're either a bastard, evil, or both.
I mean, I'm not
I guess
arguing
that's
here.
fair.
If you see someone eating a banana with a knife, I don't
fucking
really know what to
unhinged.
think of
Yeah,
that
really.
at all. Yeah, I don't want to
Like,
be around
yeah,
this
start
person. I feel
running.
unsafe.
I tried to think of in real life how I would react to seeing someone like eat a banana with a knife, and the only thing that mentally pops up is that gif from the Italian Spider-Man movie where the dude opens the door and he starts just like bobbling his head. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the Seinfeld bit.
Is there a
Where-
Seinfeld bit about eating a banana with a knife?
It's close enough. It's eating a Snickers.
With a knife?
A Snickers with a knife?
Fork and knife, yeah.
What kind of freak?
Yeah, again,
You don't want to get your
same
hands
gif.
dirty.
That's why you keep it in
Is this
the
a
wrapper
George
as
thing?
you
This
eat,
seems like a
just
George
like a
thing.
banana.
I believe it was George's boss, but it
Oh,
leaked
okay.
to George, so,
Well-
close enough.
And don't get me wrong, like, I'm no stranger to eating things with a fork and knife that most people would think is super weird to eat with a fork and knife.
Confess.
But a Snickers
Pizza.
I've eaten burgers and fries and pizza with a fork and knife.
Weird.
Yeah.
I've done
But-
pizza with a fork and knife once or twice myself.
Snickers already comes in a wrapper. Why would you unwrap the entirety of the Snicker
Because
just to get... Oh, and cleaning the caramel off the fork.
It's a bad look.
well, you have a mouth.
So I'm just gonna sit there and suck on a fork for 10 minutes. I
There's
guess I could.
what type of caramel Snickers are you getting? There's not that much.
They're a little chewy.
A little
it
bit.
gets stuck.
Like I
It
could,
gets stuck between the prongs, I imagine.
it's fine.
Covered in gooey caramel.
Look, I have eaten popcorn with a spoon.
You what?
Look, that's fine.
You
That's
what?
okay.
You what?
It's a lot easier to clean the surface of a spoon than
Since-
in between the prongs of a fork.
Since we're confessing things. you know.
Alright, yeah, you do your other sins, I guess, since popcorn with a spoon wasn't good enough for you.
I mean, sometimes you just don't want to eat with your hands. Sometimes they get
Stop.
dirty. Like,
Here's
I eat chips with chopsticks all
That's
the time.
fine. It's
because
because
if
you
I'm
want to
at
keep
my
your feeties
desk,
clean.
it was it was the smart food.
That
It was the powdered.
I'm just
Oh,
messy.
okay. No, that's fair. If it was that smart food, like
I'm
powdered
covered
like
in
cheese
filth.
popcorn.
Listen,
Yeah,
if you take
and-
if you
and-
take a lick of Shakes' keyboard, you can know what she ate for the past week.
Good lord.
Well, Shakes, can you confirm or deny?
You ain't wrong. Let me just shake this out real quick.
There you gotta lie that keyboard can taste.
Seasoned
Hold
keyboard
on.
to taste.
Let me just lick the F key real quick.
To pay respects.
Press F.
Yeah,
Mm.
that doesn't taste like anything.
Steamed eggs.
Unfortunately.
You Shakes, you could eat
You
more.
gotta
No,
get in
it's-
there,
I
under the
should have
keys.
said it's fucking kettle corn. No, I tried to wipe my hands. If my old keyboard, you would have gotten a menagerie of
Ugh.
materials, but I tried to be better about my current keyboard for that reason.
I guess yeah, that's
I
fair.
put too much work and money into my keyboard to be spilling crumbs into it.
Yeah, there's still some crumbs.
I just need, like, I'm
And you can see
okay.
it because of the rainbow lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You can
hate
see
that
the
so
crumbs.
much. I really want to
The
get some
dust
canned air
from
and
the hair.
just clean this bad boy out.
Yes, I need canned air too. It's just been so many hours or
It's
years.
Boy, howdy.
Everybody at home, I sincerely suggest that you eat with utensils whenever possible at your desk to avoid getting things in your keyboard and in your mouse, because
Yeah.
mice especially can be so annoying to clean. They're awful.
Yeah.
And specifically with mice as well, if you get some crumbs in like one of the mouse wheel, it might have trouble scrolling. And that just sucks.
Yeah. Having a mice
It's like-
wheel that scroll it's not fun. It's a bad time.
That does seem bad.
You know what else is
Well-
bad?
Nazis.
Fly
Yeah.
man.
This woman's motherhood.
woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So basically, the way this whole conversation shakes out is the Moto Clubber people are like, "Hey, we fucking like all four of us watched your son hit a child with his car and then drive off," and she was like, "Pixar, it didn't happen."
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am.
Want him.
Well, it couldn't have been.
Or
I
is-
praised my
or is my
my
son
son's
good?
built different.
My son is out studying. He does not
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, yeah. That truly.
Like you peasants.
Truly the most wild part about that conversation. They're like, we understand you haven't seen your son in a few days. Do you know where he is? And her response is, Yeah, did they say a few days or a few hours? I don't quite remember.
A few days.
Okay, they do say a few days. And so that makes this response even more wild. Her response is, he is studying with a friend. I trust my son. Like, hey, lady?
Good for you, but...
all due respect, if you don't know what he's doing, then you don't know what he's doing. I have never been like, hey, Mom, I've got a test at school. I'm gonna go hang out with Bill for a week and study. I'll see you on Sunday.
Alright, sounds good.
Like,
Yeah,
Mick
fine.
fucking what?
I
And then
support
and then
and
you
your
follow
boyfriend
that up with 4 eyewitnesses saying that he hit a child with a car, and you're just like, nah, not him. Must have been somebody
I
else's
didn't
kid.
raise him that way, you see. I never told him it was good to hit children with cars,
Yeah,
so
well,
clearly he couldn't possibly.
I'm sure Hitler's mom didn't tell him that it was cool to fucking blame the Jews for what happened to Germany, but look where we are. Like, shit
There's
happens.
soccer everywhere.
Yeah, there's soccer all over the place.
Can't get rid of these motherfuckers.
Beat them off with a stick.
Gladly.
2 different responses to that.
I am
Oh,
like,
it's 2 brains that went in 2 very different directions.
Wait, what did you say?
Okay.
Nothing. Never mind.
Don't worry about it.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Everybody take a big sip of your coffee.
Yeah, boy, I'm parched.
yeah,
I-
I love that she just tells him off and says, he would never do that. I trust him. He's off studying. Anyway, drink your coffee. It's a really expensive coffee.
That's-
It's an Italian roast.
Okay.
Bye. And she just leaves.
So here is the part about this whole situation that is the most disappointing. Because that line happened, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. It's not his real mom. It's some shocker lady. But that's...
I was wondering if
No.
it was our first example of brain control. Since we had just been shown that tool, I was like, oh, did he show up here earlier and slip something to his mother so that she would, cover for him as poorly as she did?
We got caught. B and I both got caught lacking.
I think she just
Yeah,
sucks.
she's
Yeah, this
just,
lady just sucks.
She's just a dog shit mom. So
He's
Tachibana...
about to be out 2 children.
Yeah. So Tachibana take him a sippy of that coffee. He's like, oh shit, this juice is banging, yo. Hayato says it's pain, asshole. Yuri also takes a sip and determines that the juice is banging. I mean, that really is kind of just the scene. It's just like Tachibana says some shit. I mean, it's not in oh so many words, but Tachibana basically calls this woman a bitch under his breath. She's like, what did you say? He's like, I didn't say anything. Damn, this coffee's fucking good. Yuri, you should drink some of this coffee. It's so good.
A fine cup of coffee.
Yeah. The woman leaves. I think Taki specifically is the one who's like, dang, that woman was creepy. Which I just really appreciated that there was someone who just came out right and said it, and it wasn't Yuri. Because that is a very Yuri-esque line. To just like, well, they're out of earshot? Cool, dope. Man, what a freak, right, guys?
the Rider girls are very
Yeah,
blunt.
incredibly so.
Very forthright women.
For better or for worse.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it too, but I'm sure it's gotten them into trouble a number of times.
Tell it like it is.
Anyhow.
It definitely has gotten them into
Oh
trouble.
yeah, for sure. So Tachibana and Yuri are enjoying this coffee when all of a sudden they start feeling strange. And when they come to, they're wearing new eyeliner. That's not applied great, you guys. Hey,
Well,
Tachibana,
well,
what are you doing with that
shadow.
knife? Oh shit! So, as
Beth.
yeah, they got me. I got fucking shanked. So, as is the norm for these types, that's when you take kinds and types and you fuse them together. So, as is the norm for these types of shows, we need some sort of way to visualize that our characters have been kidnapped, and what better way to do that than to just put a little purple around your eyes? Yeah. Bad guy now.
Yeah.
Assume control.
Yeah. So, hey, remember those paring knives we were talking about? Well, they were a secret tool to be used later, and by later we mean now. Yuri and Tachibana attempt to stab Taki and Hayato. They fail. We get into
Miserably.
what is like a big issue that I have with this episode, mostly regarding like the performance of our brainwashed people, specifically the performance of our brainwashed Tachibana. If we are being realistic with Tachibana and the way that he has been characterized throughout this show, if Tachibana got brainwashed into a state where he had one singular objective, only one goal in his whole life, and it was to murder Hayato, Hayato would have to put up way more of a fight than what he has to in this scene and in later ones. I think that is something we can all agree on, yes?
I actually don't think he'd put up a bigger fight. I do think, however, that he would actually need to use his cyborg strength.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying though.
Okay, like I'm saying it'd still be very easy for him, but I think he'd need to like kill Tachibana.
Right, yeah.
Oh no.
Because I don't think that
That's fair.
It would be at least more than dodge, knife, chop.
Perhaps their will to kill Hayato can only be as strong as Flyman's will to kill Hayato, which is clearly not as strong as Tachibana's will to do anything.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, sure. We'll write it away as that. Look, the point is that I personally feel like this was the Hongo thing all over again, where, if Hayato had gotten brainwashed in the previous episode instead of Hongo, Hayato would have just been fucking dead. Like, I don't know. If I had to pick a friend of Hayato's that I wanted the least to be trying to hunt me down and kill me, Tachibana is definitely that person. I don't want to have to fuck with that dude. He's insane. He blows up shocker bases for fun.
He is the only one who is anywhere close to as bloodthirsty as Hongo.
Like,
Tachibana he believes in the cause.
Yeah.
Above all, including himself, including you.
He would draft Goro as a child soldier in the war of murdering my ass. I don't want to have to fucking deal with that. He's going to use Goro as a human shield because he knows I won't want to punch him.
You won't?
It's Goro. He's my little buddy.
Knife for a hamburger?
Not anymore.
Well, I'm sorry. Did you say it was a hamburger?
Cheeseburger.
I'm sorry, girl, but Cheemsburger is on the line here.
Make it a Cheemsburger and you got a deal.
I'll break his knees if you make it a double. Throw a little bacon on that bad boy. Yum, yum.
Fucking
throwing some fries.
Fucking wimpy, just grabbing a lead pipe.
I'll gladly murder the Kamen Rider today for a hamburger tomorrow.
Hamburger on Tuesday.
Fucking wimpy. So yeah, knife attempts, dodge, chop. Tachibana and Yuri are out. Outside, the Flyman murders. I have her listed as a woman because we truly had no information on her, who was investigating a noise, and this causes Taki and Hayato arrive. They fight against Shocker and the Flyman, but Flyman escapes. This was, and I hate to say these words, I hate to give Shocker any credit, but this was a great murder. I guess specifically I am speaking from a visual effects standpoint. This fucking ruled.
It is one of the funnier things in the entire series.
It's so good. So this woman is like, she walks outside, she's investigating in this noise. Flyman just approaches her. She screams. He hits her with some silly string foam. that he shoots out of her mouth. She falls into a bush and she fucking explodes.
Yep. By no exaggeration.
And it is a very clean explosion. Go watch the episode.
They've been really working on the edits, of the explosions. They kept that camera steady. They cut it perfectly.
Yeah.
So she just sort of hits the ground. I think there was like 1 second.
Yeah, there's like
there was 1 second where she was just lying on the ground, and then just pops.
Yeah, fucking Muppets type
puff
shit.
Of smoke. Yeah, Gonzo hit the trumpet.
Yeah.
She just went.
It's so good.
Love to see it.
It's so fucking good. Even if you don't watch the whole episode, watch that bit at least. It fucking rules.
We're of course not giving you a timestamp though, so you gotta watch the whole episode to figure it out.
Yeah, you guys have to figure it out.
Oh yeah, you'll just have to figure it out.
Damn.
But you should figure it out because we're gonna get another one real soon. Because like I said, we have this shocker fight. So Taki and Hayato come out. Flyman's there. Some shocker mooks show up. We do a fight. Taki does some fucking parkour. Starts stunting on this one. Hitting some flippies, hitting some dippies. He does like a backflip off of the back of a shocker mook, which was fun. Or it wasn't quite a backflip, it was like a back roll. It was just a fun fight scene. Also, we blow up a shocker mook.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Flyman's trying to hit Hayato with the foam spit, so he uses a shocker mook as a human shield. We get another great explosion. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else super memorable from this particular fight. There's the bit where Hayato transforms and he's on the roof, and then he jumps off the roof onto the floor. That was dope. But I think I've.
And he just kind of
Can't really
scoots
think of
away.
anything else.
Yeah, I think I called out pretty much all the big standouts from that particular fight. It's our pre commercial break fight, so it's gonna be it's smaller. Yeah. That noise that these nerds made.
I gotta watch this explosion scene again.
Do it. It's so good. Just BAM!
It just collapses into the bush and then yeah, now that lady's out two children.
Yep.
I'm assuming that was his sister, and this dude is just stone cold, just murderer, kills his family.
I mean, it stands to reason. They did say that's why they wanted him in Shocker.
His blood runs ice cold.
Yeah, literally. He'll murk anybody. He doesn't even give a shit. Yeah, I don't know. They don't ever explain, but I would have to assume, or at least I was also operating under the assumption that this was his sister. So, just fucking hell yeah. I'd love to murder my siblings because I'm a flyman now.
He probably would have done it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Without the flyman. Now he just has an exploding silly string.
Yeah.
Silly string.
But he has no inheritance rights now, and I imagine it would have been pretty good given the look of that house.
Yeah, this is true.
Damn, yeah. Bummer.
Their fine Italian roast coffee.
Able to just import it for strangers? God damn.
In the 70s?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. That's how you know.
Make 80 trillion yen a year.
What do you think their dad does?
I mean, I don't know.
He's dead.
Mothra executive.
Who's to say they even
Yeah,
have
I was
one?
wondering, we don't ever see him. Maybe his
Son
dad is
killed
where
him.
he gets his shitty attitude from.
Maybe.
Maybe he was just like some drifter. Who knows?
Some vagabond.
Anyway, the point
That's
is...
such a good word.
Vagabond is a very good word.
It's fun. It always makes me think of Snufkin.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Snufkin is absolutely
That
a
is-
vagabond.
Picturesque vagabond right there.
Yeah. Absolute state. Anyhow.
Love you, Snufkin.
Yeah, love you, Snufkin. But that's a different podcast. Anyway, Taki and Hayato take Yuri and Tachibana back to the Moto Club and wake them up, explaining the situation. Back at the Shocker base, Dr. Shinigami is explaining the time limit on the drug and commands Flyman to drug Goro and Emi. Yeah, we'll stop it there because we can talk about that conversation. But yeah, we take Taki and Yuri back to the Moto Club. Taki and Yuri, Tachibana and Yuri. We take Taki too, but only because we have to.
He's allowed.
I can't believe we went to the same place. Anyway,
yeah, the Tachibana Motor Club.
Anyway, Taki busts out the ammonia. He uses it to wake up Yuri and Tachibana. I think they explain what happens, right?
Well, explain what happens about what?
As far as like what happened at the house.
Yes, they said that they're not in their right minds and tried to kill them.
Right, explain to the character.
Yeah.
And then Taki just shoves some straight ammonia in their faces.
Wake up!
Grab a buster, put a little makeup.
Yeah.
Put the table on the table on the table.
It's the edit of that
Why do you leave the kids up on the table?
It's the edit of that only says wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
I think my favorite of those like joke edits of that song is I think it's only on SoundCloud, and I believe it's called "When You're Running Late for School and Your Dad Was Supposed to Give You a Ride," and it's just the wake ups interspliced with the fathers from like the end of the song. Father! Yeah. Wake up, father!
Your hands.
It's so good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I recall the scene in the Moto Club being pretty short. We jump pretty quickly over to the Shocker base where Flyman is making a good point.
I hate it. The worst guy you know.
Yeah,
makes a good
truly.
point.
The absolute state of that Onion article.
Right?
Because I think it starts with old Steve Williams being like, all right, so here's the thing. We're not out of the woods just yet. You can still brainwash Yuri and Tachibana for 3 days. You got 3 more days that drug is going to work before. So at any point in time within the next 3 days, you can just activate them. And
it's dramatic irony.
Little Mermaid.
What? Oh.
3 days. Got that? 3 days. Now listen, this is important.
I feel like a reference I don't quite understand is being made, but that's
The Little
okay.
Mermaid.
It's the Little Mermaid.
Oh, right.
They
Poor unfortunate souls indeed.
Before the sun sets on the 3rd day.
You must kill Ichimonji Hayato, or you'll never get
And
your
then you
voice
can get
back.
your wings.
And you will belong to me. You already do,
Yeah, really.
in this context. He doesn't really seem upset to be here,
no.
though.
Very kind of
It was a clean
Kinekamog
break.
energy, in hindsight. Although he didn't need to get busted out of prison.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They got him early. They set this up as sort of dramatic irony because Tachibana and Yuri are like, oh, what happened? Oh, I'm all better. I don't want to kill you anymore.
Yeah.
And we immediately cut to like the poison in their system will last 3 days. As long as you're close, you'll be able to control them again.
Oh no.
The shot's interesting. I kind of rewatched it just because I wanted to remind myself, but it's a fun little framing of like I think Flyman and another Shocker Goon in the immediate foreground, and the camera moves between them.
Oh yeah.
To get closer to Dr. Death Steve Williams, and I think this is good. It's a good idea. Man does not have steady hands.
No.
Whatsoever. Every step is just like wobble, 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 wobble as they get closer to him.
Hey, those
And
cameras
he
were
really
heavy.
He can't hold it still after that. It's it's pretty shaky.
Precarious positioning. This man was on his tippy toes.
Yeah, I was
seriously.
distracted and didn't remember what the scene was about because I'm just like, look at him shake.
Oh, he's wobbling like a fucking bobblehead.
But yes, as they're saying, Worst Man makes an excellent point.
Yeah, so Flyman straight up is like, hey, why aren't we just giving these drugs to everyone? Why don't I just make the world try to murder this asshole?
Let's just poison the
Yeah.
water hole.
Let's put some snakes in everybody's boots. But
There's a fashion in my boots.
No, get it out.
fucking find a snake in your boot and it's goddamn Cobra Man.
I think the thing that amuses me most is that Dr. Shinigami had no retort to this whatsoever.
Yeah.
No,
He was just like, but first, go give it to Goro and Emi. Go!
Yeah, go give it to Goro.
I got
and
plenty of this stuff.
Uh,
This is the next step
but-
if we can't get these guys to kill him.
Yeah, look, we're just gonna keep going out through Hayato's circle of friendship. You might need to figure out who his accountant is.
Take your time. Definitely don't fight him.
Yeah. Really, truly, we can't stress this enough. Like I said, you get 3 days per dose. Just like, go find people. Try it.
Okay, but 1, you've lost the element of surprise already. 2, you can't trickle in weaker opponents for someone who's already going to be stronger than them.
That's fair.
You're sending in a child and a regular adult woman
No one would suspect
to
a
do
child.
something that a grown man and a regular adult woman couldn't do when they had the element
I
of
would
surprise.
also like to note said regular adult woman was a black belt.
That's why she picked up a knife.
Or at least she used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Could you if they retconned that off of fucking Yuri, I'd be
She's-
fucking upset.
She's a black belt in the same way I'm a blue belt, is that I technically took karate in when I was 6. And
She
got
was teaching a
little-
class.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to be
God
actively
damn it!
like you have
You're
to
right.
test in order to be able to teach. You got to keep that up.
Right.
That has to be maintained. So like,
God damn it! Why are you not better?
I wonder if they will ever make mention of it again.
Please.
We got 50 something episodes to go. Like, will it ever come up again?
will Yuri
know
ever do
Yuri's-
karate again?
We've at least spoiled ourselves to say Yuri will stick around for the show.
Yeah.
So she'll be having opportunities to demonstrate it, but will they?
That's the question on everyone's
Who
mind.
can say? Will we see her class again?
Who can say?
I liked
No.
that.
Will we see those Kamen Rider pendants again?
No.
Probably
Who
not.
can say?
I wish.
Only at the store.
I mean, I wish I could see them at the store because then I could pick them up.
Yeah.
I would buy
I'd
them.
buy the fuck out of one of those. Are you kidding me?
Look, I don't have $40 for G Fuel, but I do have $40 for a Kamen Rider pendant. Just saying.
True that.
That's
I don't
fair.
need groceries when I got
understand
Kamen
those
Rider pendant.
priorities. Well, I don't know if you can survive off of Kamen Rider for too long.
Take a bite.
Long enough.
Yeah. At least 2 weeks.
Yeah. The
Okay,
human
maybe.
body can survive without food for 2 weeks, roughly.
I would say pushing it beyond 10 days
Yeah.
is a stretch for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
of course.
While people can go up to 2 weeks, don't try
Fats, you probably got at least 2 days worth of ramen. So you got 16,
I ain't got no
16
ramen.
days.
I got
Well-
mac and cheese, but I ain't got no ramen.
Yeah, that's close enough.
it. You would also better save enough money to feed my godson,
Oh,
that's
or
true.
I will obliterate
Well,
you.
you can't look. You can't fucking righteous indignance at me about your godson when you haven't even come to visit.
Listen, we're in the middle of a pandemic is the main reason.
You've been quarantining, and I have too.
It's
And we're
true.
both vaccinated.
The largest point is take care of each
Yeah.
other and yourselves.
And your
Please.
pets.
Buy food.
What's food?
And your pets, yes.
speaking of pets, he was sitting over by where his bowl was and cleaning himself, and every now and again he was looking at me, and I was like, I might have to get up here in a second. He was giving me some looks. He has decided to do some investigating stuff. I think I'm in the clear for a bit, but he was staring me down like, fucking this is doing anything for you? Maybe noticing anything that might be wrong here? And I'm like, bro, I know it's empty. I'm in the middle of something. You gotta give me a bit.
Yeah. Just looking at you like, you get. I'll keep out of your hair for the rest of this episode and your break. But come second episode,
if there ain't food in that bowl, I will headbutt you right in the leg. He'll do it too,
baby.
Yes, I love that little boy so much. Okay, where we go? Explain the timeline.
Goro in the hospital?
Yeah. So we see Goro in the hospital with Hiroshi, as they get lunch together. Wait a minute, what the fuck? How did I write this?
Relatable.
Oh, and as they get lunch, together. Oh, okay, I see how I worded this. It's a little weird, but I took a bunch of shots and I kind of condensed them into one sentence because it's just kind of set up into payoff.
This is what happens when you drink and write.
Yeah. I wish I was drinking. So I will.
Is that kind of podcast now, huh?
Well, no, it's just like drinking tequila. It's fun. It's a good time. Anyway, so to explain in a little more detail what happens in the scene, so that way it makes more sense as it is explained. Goro is talking with Hiroshi. Goro's delivering Hiroshi some lunch. This is where I mentioned that line where Hiroshi says that, Goro feels guilty about what happened. We see Emi coming up with a cart that has lunch for herself and Goro as well. And on that cart is a big old pitcher of water. Emi, I guess, well, I can't even say she gets distracted. She just goes and knocks on the door to be like, I'm here with lunch. And in that very brief time frame, Flyman's son comes over, opens the lid to the water container, poops an Altoid into her, and flies off, all without being seen.
Master of stealth.
Like Agent 47. So anyway, Emi brings
Agent
the cart
47.
with the food in. Goro and Emi start eating, but not before making sure Goro takes such a big conspicuous sippy that I do not know if Emi actually drank any of this water, because I was too busy looking at Goro take the biggest red flag sip I've ever seen. Yeah, he even goes so far as to, like, he take a big exaggerated sip. He's like, it's good. Like, damn, Goro. Really just kind of needing to make sure we know that something bad is about to happen. Oh god, here he comes.
Just take that big ass drink.
So they take a drink, they start eating, and then much like Tachibana and Yuri before them, they start to look like they're hurting real bad. They get the purple eyeshadow. They talk about how they have to kill him. They have to kill Ichimonji Hayato. I don't know if Hiroshi says a line here or if he just kind of dips.
Hiroshi's just like, yo, what's wrong?
Yeah, that's fair. That sounds
You
about
good?
right.
You're keeling over.
Yo, dog. Yo, you good? We get to watch Emi and Goro do the zombie walk towards Flyman.
Literally.
It's great.
Before we leave this scene,
God.
I would be remiss not to point out Emi's boots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emi was
we gotta talk about Emi's
this
boots.
episode.
Because we had only seen her from the waist up in shots before this whole scene in the episode, and she's wearing like these thigh-high, like shiny pleather boots with heels. It's real
very
cute.
good, especially when paired with the dress she was wearing. It's just this like real frilly, like black and red dress, but it looks good. Very, very good goth aesthetic, I think.
I'm not jealous of her boots. You're jealous.
I am. I'll admit.
You're right.
Okay.
Oh man. I can be a big adult and admit when I'm jealous of a girl's boots.
I may not be, but I guess I will also admit.
I want those boots. Maybe with slightly less high heels.
That's fair. High heels are
I gotta work on that. It's not one of my priorities.
I've never actually walked in heels, now that I think about it. My illustrious theater career did not ever afford me the chance.
It's a shame.
It's hard.
I think it's one of those things that everyone should try once in their life. Kind of like I think everyone should try having both long hair and short hair at some point in their life, too. For some people, it's awkward and difficult and painful, and for other people, it's empowering and feels good to make clicky-clack.
Yeah.
I love when I clicky-clack.
I do love the clicky-clack, regardless.
The clicky-clack is definitely half the fun.
I do. Here's a gopher want that I will vocalize. I eventually want to get like 3-inch platforms for no other reason than because I can.
That's fair.
I mean, that's a perfectly good reason to do anything.
Most things, yeah.
So here's the thing that I worry about as far as my attempts to venture into the world of wearing heels.
Yeah.
I don't know how many high heel shoes, just of any shoe type with a high heel, they make that comes in my Titanic men's 16 fucking sized feet.
Yeah, that is part of the issue.
I got big old tank treads attached to the bottoms of my calves, and it's hard enough to find regular shoes.
There's gotta be some.
I would like to hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something out there. Specialty stores or just online shops
Maybe.
or something.
Online shops is a scary prospect, though, because that sounds like, hey, you want to fucking spend $200 on a pair of heels? Not necessarily.
That does not fit? Yeah.
If they're good, they're good,
Yeah.
though. I think shoes are one of those things that are really good to invest a lot of money in. There's going to be 3 places you're going to be in, generally speaking, at all times, and it's going to be on your feet, on your butt, or in your bed.
Yeah, that's fair.
And, like, my shoes have long since gone on their deathbed and should have been buried years ago. But, $140, they survived a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah, bud.
Like, a service job for, year and a half. So that was good. Invest in shoes.
Invest in your shoes.
And give us money on the Patreon so we can buy shoes.
Yeah, honestly, I could probably buy new pairs of shoes if I'm just being real. Anyway, you know who doesn't need a... Well, actually, never mind. I can actually segue this properly. You know who else needs a new pair of shoes is our boy Hiroshi, who's playing Secret Agent Man as we see him just kind of hiding in a bush while we watch Zombie Emmy and Zombie Goro walk past. And this man, I appreciate that he escaped this hospital unseen in the bright yellow jammies, looking like a fucking banana on the run. And also, just again, I mentioned the zombie walk again because watching Goro's zombie walk was just a delight. I had a great time with it.
What a great actor.
Yeah, love Goro. You know who also loves Goro? Our good friend
Me.
Hayato.
Also, yes.
And he arrives at the Tachibana Racing Club to notice that it's closed. But when he goes inside, he sees Goro and Emi. He then gets a call from Taki explaining that Hiroshi is missing. Who warns Hayato just as he is attacked by Shocker. So, I know that sentence sounds weird. Again, condensing stuff. So essentially, what happens is Hayato shows up. He's like, oh, hey, Goro, Emi, y'all are back. Did you get done seeing Hiroshi? How is he doing? And they're like, he's good. And Hayato doesn't see anything weird with that. And then Hayato gets
This whole scene.
It's
so fucking wild.
It's so good.
To be fair, I don't really think Hayato pays much attention to how women speak.
Okay, but Goro, his son, for lack of a better word, the way they act.
His brother.
That's fair, but I don't believe Goto actually says anything.
Oh, he definitely
in this
does,
scene.
because you know, it's part of the whole ooh creepy zombie thing. They both say it in unison.
I could have sworn that Emmy said it entirely by herself.
They say it in unison.
They definitely say it in unison. Because they also, when he asks if they're back already, they both nod their heads in unison as well. Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice,
Hayato,
nice.
not paying attention, gets a phone call from Taki. Taki's like, yo, I'm at the hospital and Hiroshi is fucking gone. And Hayato's like, that's kind of weird. Hey, Emmy, hey, Goro, have you guys seen Hiroshi? He's apparently not at the hospital anymore. Then weren't you guys just there with him?
No, never.
No,
Who's
we
Hiroshi?
haven't seen him. Hayato gets back on the phone. He's like, huh, that's weird. They haven't seen him. Meanwhile, Goro and Emmy are rolling up on him with some knife-ass knives.
So while he's talking on the phone, it's great because they pull out the knives
Yeah.
for the camera view, but he can't see them. They're just holding up knives for the camera like, oh, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
I remember seeing these knives, and I was like, oh my god, these are so ridiculous. My fucking note for this scene was just, this is a knife. Like, really, truly,
the
like,
fucking
big old,
combat
like,
knives.
Yeah, fucking Rambo-ass knives that they have. So,
A knife.
they are going to go give Hayato a stabberoni. Hiroshi just kind of shows up out of nowhere. He's like, hey, look out. Hayato puts his head on a swivel, blocks the knives. A bunch of shocker goons show up, including Yuri and Tachibana, who also have big combat knives and have kidnapped Mika? Rainbow Mika, right? Yeah, Mika. That's it.
Yeah, Mika.
Yeah, she's the one that ends the episode in a nice dress. Or maybe that's the second episode. I don't
That's the
remember.
next episode.
Okay, that is the next episode. So yeah, Shaka shows up with Mika in tow. Hayato rescues Mika along with keeping Hiroshi safe. He goes out to a field because there was a field nearby. Fun fact, this field is next to the abandoned building that we use as a shocker base for a couple of episodes, most notably the Bee Woman episode, and I think like the one right after it. I don't remember.
Yeah, we also used it in the Squirtle, I believe.
Did we use it in the Squirtle episode?
I believe this is what the exterior for the building they used as the base for Squirtle,
It's possible.
where they kill that one guy.
I don't remember the Squirtle episode, I'll be honest.
Just very convincing.
Just the explosion
Yeah.
at the end that they reused.
Yeah, I remember
multiple
when they blew up
episodes.
that mountain. Was there a squirrel on that?
4 times.
That's fair.
But yeah, so we go back to the abandoned building field. We have ourselves a good old-fashioned shocker fight. Taki shows up and is, as Taki is usually wont to do, he is tasked with dealing with the civilians while Hayato murders a flyman. And we undo the brainwashing, and we're all happy that our friends are okay. I'm trying to think of some. Okay, I will say, big standout bit of this scene for me. I guess first we should talk about the scene that happens right before it, which is where Hayato, Fireman Carry takeovers a shocker goon and heart punches him, and then we watch him immediately get back up and start running.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry,
It's
it's a
impressive,
different
to say
guy.
the least.
Yeah, clearly it was one of those, like, we're just gonna use the same actor again since they're all masked, so we can just assume that these are different people. But, you can follow the shadow.
Yeah, he dispatched, maybe 5 people, and that guy most notably at the end, and he's the most visible. But, honestly, the camera pans left, all 5 of those dudes definitely got up.
Yeah,
and
for
started
sure. They
running
all
again.
it's really funny. But it does lead into a bit of this fight that I actually really liked, because we like to use this abandoned building to, we fight a little bit in it whenever we bring it up. And so there's specifically a bit where, like, at the time of day they are shooting, there's a bunch of, like, shadows being cast on, like, the interior of the building.
Yeah.
And so there's a bit where we see Hayato is running up some stairs with Hiroshi and Mika, and he, like, sends them off, and he hides, like, in a doorway or in a crevice, so he's, like, entirely concealed by shadow. You can't see him. And you see, like, a Shocker Moot come up, and he's, like, looking for Hayato, and Hayato just, like, comes out of the shadows and punches him in the face. It was just I really liked it, because I legitimately could not see Hayato at all when that scene happened, so it was as surprising for me as it would have been for that Shocker Moot, and I was just like, damn, that was, like, really well done. At least for me.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a cool scene.
I'm trying to think of any other really memorable bits from this particular fight.
Aside from Hayato single-handedly beating up all of his friends and putting them
into a pile.
into a man pile with the entire racing club.
Yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything super memorable.
And the finish.
Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like there was something with the finish, but I don't remember exactly what.
He does a new rider kick.
Yes,
he
that's
does the
right.
rider flip kick.
Yes, for some reason we have
Doing flips and
debuted
shit.
a new rider kick. It's the rider flip kick, where Kamen Rider does a front flip first, and then he kicks you in the chest. Unlike the rider kick, where Kamen Rider does a front flip first, and then he kicks you in the chest. They're very different.
Don't worry about it.
I'm only going to assume it's because this one appeared to have like 3 or 4 somersaults as opposed to like the normal one or 2.
I guess. I mean, it's hard to determine how many flips and dips are part of a regular rider kick, because like every time Kamen Rider jumps, there is anywhere from 1 to 5 flips and dips that are done.
Yeah, they replay it. So it's difficult to know sometimes what is just an exaggerated replay or what is an additional flip.
They make it very difficult. But yeah, go ahead.
In this case, the stunt, not really, but I feel like they were trying to make it look smoother in the fact that he goes from the flip into the kick, like in one motion, even though there's very much a cut. So I don't know. Maybe that was the differentiation. They're putting a little flourish on it.
Yeah.
A little spice.
Another good explosion. In the same vein as the other two we have seen so far. Very much falls to the ground and then poof into a puff of smoke. They put some flourish on this one though. By having him hit the ground in a zoomed in camera shot, and then they pulled back really quick and then cut into the explosion.
Yeah, that was very good.
Which was a lot more slick. And they are already slick explosion cuts, but like they're showing like, we can do more.
Yeah, well, we're getting a little fancy, aren't we?
Just a little, just a little.
Fancy schmancy.
And I think that's gonna do it for us for this episode. So, speaking of fancy,
why don't pretty much everybody just kind of like goes like, we're okay. We don't really remember anything. My organs.
Yeah.
And then Kamen Rider just kind of awkwardly shuffles away.
Yeah. Yeah, I do really enjoy the bit of Kamen Rider just hanging out in the background, like, they'll never find me.
Just like. Goodbye, I guess.
Like, he wasn't accosted or greeted in any fashion by literally anybody. He was just standing there awkwardly behind the whole group and then just kind of shuffles away as they're all talking amongst one another.
There's a bit where, as far as I could tell, Goro looks right at him too. So I really thought there was going to be a bit where Goro was like, Kamen Rider! Whoa, hey! Nothing.
Nothing.
See you guys.
Well,
you know,
all
right.
later,
I got
the club?
Yeah, I got a show to.
I gotta go see a man about a Grand Slam. That's ever since we made that joke the first time, that is always going to be my go-to. That's at the end of every episode. Hayato rides off to the nearest Denny's to get a lumberjack slam.
I want to see Hongo and Hayato eating at Denny's, but maybe Hongo would look way less sad if he was eating there with Hayato. Because imagining Hongo doing it, he'd be like sitting at the table with his head in his hands until the waiter comes over and is like,
Yeah.
That is absolutely some fan art I need to get commissioned of just like Hongo and Hayato in the fucking Denny's at like 2 a.m. So there's only like one other table with people in it. They're in full suits, but the helmets are off. They're both smoking a cigarette.
That's pretty good.
Half-eaten
that's so
lumberjack
good.
slam in front
I
of
was
them.
gonna say if you just put one of them in the Denny's booth, then it's just that SpongeBob looking at his coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's got to be both of them. Just looking like they're dog shit tired. Probably Hongo covered in blood.
Superheroes just eating in a normal ass restaurant after and just covered in blood
Yeah.
and bruises is
Superheroes
truly
eating
one
in
of
a
my
Still in
restaurant
favorite.
post-fight is a great genre of
It's-
image.
I'm glad there's
I
multiple
love
cases.
it.
My favorite is that Sailor Moon one at the donut shop
Yeah.
where they're just beat to
Yes.
shit. They're just like 5
Love
donuts,
it.
please.
Need to get me a little snack because I earned it because I got my ass kicked today. Speaking of earning, we're going to go ahead and try to increase our earnings ourselves a little bit with this brief ad break, and then we'll be right back with the next episode.
Thanks for listening so far. Please consider giving us a follow on Twitter on @FirstRidePod. If you wish to follow us individually, please consider giving a follow to @KingFats95, @WhaleGopher, @ThatGalInTheHat, and @BDropsArt. You may also find us all on Twitch over at twitch.tv/KingFats95, twitch.tv/TheMagicalWhaleGopher, twitch.tv/ACTN Shakespeare, and twitch.tv/bdrops. And if you really wish to support, you can head over to our Patreon, which is not a joke anymore, by heading over to the link in the description. A big thanks to Deadode, who has already supported us on the Patreon. We pay out of pocket for all our editing costs, so any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Master.
Oh, you get the Kamen Rider, eh?
Well, yeah, it's a real nice Kamen Rider, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway.
It's an original from 1970.
Oh, no kidding, bud.
Oh, you got it from the
Oh,
1970s, eh?
We cannot.
No, this is how we bring in the
Did
second
we already
episode.
start
Eh?
it?
No.
Yeah, we
Oh.
started, eh?
Yeah,
Welcome back.
everyone.
All right, do the rest of the welcome back there, then, eh? Since you're the host of this podcast now.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the second half.
Hope you enjoyed the ad
Yeah,
breaks
hope you
there.
enjoyed the ad breaks there. Make sure you pay attention to all our new Patreon info. We'll have samples up these days, so if you want to check those out, you sure can get a good old gander at those. Is gander alright at whatever?
Make us record other ad breaks as we got a shout out or each new
Yeah, we can
Patreon,
do it
eh?
in these voices, eh?
Yeah. Well, we're
If
sure
you
you
want it.
love these voices. We can do in whatever kind of voice you want
But
there.
in any case, welcome back to the second half of episode 20 of Longtime Watcher, First Time Rider. I'm one of your first time watchers, B-Drops. Well, I guess we don't really need to do a whole new introduction. Anyway, we are covering episode
don't traditionally.
43 in this second half. Mysterious Birdman Pteranodon's attack. I don't really
Paradol?
Pteranodon is how it was spelled, I believe.
Stop the bit. We need to pull the bit over. I have to pee.
You
I
should have gone
just
before we
realized
left.
something.
What is it?
I know, but I just had this realization.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to you try to figure out how to fucking pronounce this dumbass bird's name.
Mm-hmm.
It's spelled the right way that you could call him Brandon.
Let's just do
This is
that.
my fucking evil cyborg monster, Brandon.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, what's up, Brandon?
How are you liking the
It's his
company,
first day.
Brandon?
Don't make fun of him.
Oh, it's pretty neat. I'm really excited to. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for growth here. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm very glad you feel that way. Have you seen the fascist cameras?
No way! You've got fascist cameras?
Yes, we had them
Nice.
installed in a nearby field, sort of chosen at random.
Well, that's the best way to do it, right? When you got fascist cameras.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what you're bringing for lunch, but I'm going to steal it out of the work fridge, as is my right as your senior. I hope you understand.
No, that's fair, but you must understand I am a Bergman, so I did just bring a bunch of worms.
That is fair. I will still consume them, as is my right.
Alright. Hey, you know what? You have a good time with that, man.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to run into you soon.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, you take care. TGIF.
Yeah, see you at the company softball game, man.
Yeah.
And see.
This is like one of those action movie scenes where somebody jumps from a car to another car, but with bits.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But with bits and us being big dumbasses.
I love...
You just said, stop this bit. I need to do another one.
Yeah.
I handle bits like newborn
And then you
babies. I
proceed.
cannot drop them until I find another weight.
But you
And then
must
you
adjust
safely. Drop
safely.
them.
You must slam
No,
dunk
you
them
handle
into
them
the
like
trash.
like fucking Macross people. What's her face from my favorite character from Macross?
Catch.
I love this lady. I love the lady from the catch gif. Anyways,
I mean, she did catch.
Thank God.
Good job. Proud of you.
Genuinely my favorite character in that whole show.
I mean, that's so good.
I love that.
Just like, hey, this isn't a Precious Life or anything here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But anyway, episode 43, Brandon's attack.
Brandon's attack on Brandon.
Attack on Brandon.
Mysterious Birdman Brandon.
Brandon.
Brandon
They call him a
Birdman.
Birdman, but this dude is just a pterodactyl.
Yeah, that is weird. We'll get into it in a bit, like when we officially start dissecting the way he looks. But yeah, this dude is just a pterodactyl. Just a pterodactyl-ass pterodactyl. Alright, let me stop stalling and start synopsisizing.
Riding.
Yeah. So, we start on members of the Moto Club walking through the mountains on a way to a picnic with a young boy named Akira. They discuss that Akira's father, who is in America, will be coming home the next day. I had to write this down because it was plot relevant, weirdly.
Yeah, okay. That's where we knew that kid.
Yeah.
Girls really got the
Literally just
connections.
at the beginning of the episode.
Forgot about that shit immediately. He might as well have not been there.
Yeah, that's fair. The funny thing, though, is that statement was not about that line, but about this next one. Because it is only ever so vaguely plot relevant, otherwise I just wouldn't have included it. Goro throws a banana peel on the ground.
The hypocrisy.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
He lived long enough to become the literary.
yeah. He didn't die a hero.
I do want to say
Yeah.
cool points for fits again. For the most part, Goro's always got his cute little schoolboy outfits. He's sitting there eating a banana as per his usual. Yuri's got this really cute, like, flannel and yellow blue Steven Universe Letterman.
Yeah.
The blue jeans.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, fucking Goro and Yuri are both sporting Lettermans in this scene, and they both look
God,
good.
for real.
Taki's got the reverse Mr. Rogers with the blue sweater instead, which is pretty cute.
Hell yeah.
Alternate palette swap, Mr.
Emmy-
Player 2, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Emmy's got another cute
I'm
look
just-
with pigtails again and bows, similar to last episode. I don't think we specified that when we were talking about it because we liked the rest of her outfit better, but she's got a cute outfit. I don't know.
Making me want
Yeah.
to buy bows again.
I don't know what's up with this kid though. He's got like thrift store fashy
The fucking
aesthetic.
Che
Like,
Guevara fit.
It's
Yeah, I was gonna say he's just like a fucking like North Korean.
A
sort
little
of-
bit?
Absolute
He
communist
looks-
fit.
like I don't know what
It's-
party his father is
it's so
associated
weird.
with, but
I don't know if it's associated with his father at all. I think they just dressed him like that.
I don't know. Yeah, kids of the 70s are weird,
Yeah.
man. Also, this is like the smallest, shittiest picnic blanket in the world.
Truly, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They
No
are
one's even
bumping
sitting on the blanket.
shoulders
Butt
with
to
each
butt?
other. They're all butt to butt,
Like, if
just
you're gonna go on the
crammed together, eating their
bring
little
a bigger
food.
blanket, y'all. Come on.
Yeah.
And then Yuri's just taking pictures
Yeah.
of their stupid,
Because she
shitty
can't
blanket.
sit on it. There's no room.
Yeah, no room. Might as well.
Yeah.
Need to do something.
Not unless she pops on
Gross
top of the
sitting there.
sandwiches.
Evidence.
Don't lay on top of the sandwiches, Yuri. Come on.
Squish.
People gotta eat those. Sandwich.
Mm.
But yeah, this is one of those scenes that starts, my day be so fine, and then boom, character development. Because Goro's sitting there, he's eating the banana. It's like, fuck yeah, the absolute state of Goro. Chilling out, wearing a cool Letterman, eating a banana. And then he gets done with it, and he just throws the peel. And it's like, Goro, I know you know better than that. You even
read the
gave
Constitution.
Taki shit about it.
For a banana.
I can only give him some slight leeway given that they're kind of out in the woods and it is completely
Yeah.
biodegradable. Like, you still probably shouldn't do it, but he's not just throwing it on a concrete ground at the park like Taki was.
Yeah, that's fair. But even so, like, even the Emmy, the girl who goes to pick up the banana peels, like, even if we are in the mountains, you can't just go throwing your trash all over the place. It's a matter of principle.
He just got overwhelmed by complete monkey mode.
Yeah.
He ate that whole banana and just...
He got too lost
his
in the
brain
sauce.
just went- yeah. His brain just went full chip.
Yeah, went absolute monkey brain. He was about to fucking scramble up a tree if no one had said anything. He'd have been fucking gone. We'd have found him 2 weeks later in a different forest, butt naked, eating bugs.
Is that not the plot of Kamen Rider Amazons?
Not Amazons. I don't know
Or
about
Amazon.
original Amazon. I truly do not know. Maybe, probably.
All right,
Rider
good.
Amazon Prime. Let's go.
That's the difference.
Please, no.
Oh, yeah, I guess you guys just wouldn't know about that, huh?
No.
What?
Okay, so yeah, there was a
Amazon?
Kamen Rider Amazon that was 1974, if I recall correctly. And then in, I want to say like 2016, 2017, something like that, they made an Amazon Prime exclusive miniseries called Kamen Rider Amazons.
Oh.
Plural. Yeah, there's...
Oh.
It pays some light homage to original Amazon, but I think plot-wise they are entirely different. To my understanding, the main things that they share are a little bit of writer design philosophy, and apparently extreme goriness and dismemberment.
Whoa. Well,
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Amazon's is nuts, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys.
I'm excited. Wow.
But yeah, apparently it is a trend that follows from original Amazon. The only clip of original Amazon I've seen besides that great meme that Shakes posted was a part of an episode where Amazon fights a crab man and proceeds to rip his arm off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Same.
It's dope.
I
Delicious.
cannot look upon a large crustaceous man and not get hungry.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I finished editing and posted today. Video
Learn how to
evidence
cook Javik today.
of
Mm.
talking for upwards of
I
20
could talk
minutes.
forever about this topic, but I shouldn't because we're recording a Kamen Rider podcast.
Well, that's a shame because I do want to hear that rant. But
We need to just,
Watched episode 33
I
of 50 Shades of
did.
Grayscale.
I
what we
watched
need to
it
do is we just
live.
need to redo the Connie Bubbler episode.
Watch it again.
Okay.
with the edits.
Yeah, with Shakes' good edits. Shakes included more jokes. You now get more joke per square inch of episode. No, I'm not redoing that. Fuck you.
What a steal.
Yeah. I pull out the reels and do this on film, so it's per inch. I just I cut them myself.
That's a fun concept.
Doing fucking Let's Play editing on fucking actual film.
Yes.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh god, it sounds awful.
Oh my god.
That would truly be the worst.
Do some non-linear editing. Oh fuck.
Shit.
Oh.
Well, it's up for this insert segment.
Speaking of
boss.
insert segment.
Oh.
Yeah, let's insert the segment of the podcast back into it.
What podcast? What happened?
Yeah, we got hit by a stray banana peel.
Okay.
So yeah, Goro.
See, it happened to us too.
Yeah.
God damn.
Goro being the dirty little litter bug throws a banana peel. Emmy's like, "Girl, that ain't right." As Emmy picks it up, she finds a strange cave where she is attacked by Brandon.
Now we must
take her to.
We must discuss Brandon first, real quick. I think.
Yeah, okay. We can talk about Brandon now. That makes sense. We have seen him officially.
So. Okay, I wanted to say something after we describe him physically, but I feel
so let's.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think Gopher was probably the first to say it, but you could most succinctly, I think, describe him as Rodan stretched over a human body.
Yeah, no, this motherfucker is just Rodan.
Which is
like
delightful.
Like Shake said, this dude is just a pterodactyl. Like, there are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is just a pterodactyl-ass pterodactyl.
He's a pterodactyl with man legs.
Man legs!
Man legs. And his introduction is, like, real reminiscent of, like, old monster movies to me, in the sense that a girl stumbles upon him in his abode, and he, like, almost, like, cheekily turns around to her and unfurls his wings as she sort of, like...
I'm going to drink your blood.
And she's standing there shocked and she can't even run. She's so appalled and surprised and startled. And he lunges at her. And
then we cut to black.
Exactly. It was fun. Well, no, he doesn't exactly lunge at her. He sort of shuffles at her as she doesn't move. Which makes it even more classic.
I'm going to shimmy at you. Ooh. Is this perhaps doing it for you? Do you like the way I shimmy? Christopher, I have some butter for you.
Watch 50 Shades of Grey, Scott.
Do it.
Yeah, episode 32, everybody.
Do it. Watch the show.
Back to back vampire action.
So yeah, I mean, this is again, like, truly. I mean, this isn't a bad suit, not even remotely. It's just weird that it's called. It's weird that it's called Birdman, because it's not. It's not that. It's not that at all. But it's a solid suit. I like the detailing on it, specifically the rib cage, arm cage things that he has. I don't really know how better to describe them. And the fact that his pants are like a different color than his top half is also quite neat.
Yeah.
Although I am seeing some images that might suggest that maybe the top half was supposed to be more in line color-wise with the bottom half.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't recall exactly how it looked in episode, but
there was one other.
I recall his top half looking darker than the bottom.
It does.
But
there was one other thing I have written down for his appearance, and it's that he has these, like, horn-like antennae, and they look like they have pimento olives stuck on them.
Yeah.
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 Little bit.
I thought they were skulls.
No,
That would
Man,
no,
that would have been so cool if he just had some fucking skulls.
That
on
would
him.
be really cool.
Which is just
No, yeah, he looks like a martini.
Extra
Shaken, not
olives.
stirred. And please
really
drive him.
tactile.
Drive responsibly. I am Brandon. I have a vampire voice.
Hello.
now.
This joke is going to become more relevant later on in the episode.
Like in 3
Muted.
seconds.
1 second.
Uh,
Okay. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I realized after extensive research into the count, because I wanted to add a count gag
mhm.
into the Castlevania video, that we've been doing it wrong the whole time. But it's still too
Oh
fun.
no.
What?
He only does the laugh when he's done counting.
Oh, you're
What?
right, huh?
But it's less funny that
It's
way.
1, 2, 3. And then the lightning.
yeah,
flashes.
yeah, you're totally. As soon as you said that, yeah, you're totally right.
I'm sorry that your life has been a lot.
I've been Mandela affected. The universe is a lie.
Yeah, welcome to the Bear Stain universe, motherfucker.
Oh shit! There was a mural.
Oh, I'm so
Sorry, we're reacting to shit we can't see.
Yo, well, we are definitely gonna post this on the Twitter though. This
As I do.
fucking this mural rules. I can't believe we missed that in episode. This thing is dope as shit.
It's not really on screen for super long, and I think we were distracted
No.
by how quickly they zoom in on Emmy in this scene.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, damn, that's cool. And also, again, cannot
yeah,
like
yeah.
even the mural is like the bird person my ass. This nigga's a pterodactyl.
That's.
He got the feet and everything.
Yeah, you got the
No,
whippers.
this is
It's gonna
This is
grab
Ridley.
you. Yeah.
like even
He really-
posture wise, it's just
Ridley before
Man,
Ridley.
50.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
13 years before Ridley happened.
Can't believe
damn.
Metroid ripped off Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider, I
That's fair.
can.
guess
Yeah, I
everybody
can.
has at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an institution.
it truly is.
Your series isn't complete until you've ripped off Kamen Rider.
At least in some way.
Like just a little.
That's it. Gonna make my graphic novel rip off Kamen Rider.
You should.
You should.
Everyone's graphic
It
novel
doesn't
should
really
rip off
fit.
Kamen Rider.
But I'm
Just
gonna
a
do
little
it.
something, even if
Find a way.
even if they eat a bag of snack amigo chips or something.
Oh god,
Just put Mari in
Yeah,
there.
just put Mari in there.
I'm writing that down. B.
She tried.
That would be that's a cute reference.
It's
Snack
it's so
Amigo
obscure
chip.
that I love it too. You'd have to be
Yeah.
a real fan to know that one.
Yeah, you gotta be an OG.
Real fans. Or, one of the many people just getting into Kamen Rider again because it's on Show Factory.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like a real influx I'm noticing.
Yeah,
I guess because I've seen it now, so I get it.
Mhm.
But like, people getting into the original Kamen Rider.
well, I think
That's nice.
The other thing is that like it's fucking finally available.
Mm.
Like if
Yeah.
this was like 2 years ago, the only way we would have been able to do this podcast is I would have had to have found like rips online and like torrented them in order to be able to actually watch the show.
Even then,
And now the fact that there is not even just one website, but multiple websites where you can just like go and be like, here is some money or maybe even no money. Let me watch Kamen Rider.
Like Shout Factory.
Yeah.
Next Shop Factory, please sponsor us.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I
We're very grateful to your service so far, Shout
Yeah.
Factory.
I
Keep
hope
being
this
Yeah,
free.
please continue to be free.
I hope this
Even though I'm using the one I pay for.
I hope this continues with more Toku stuff because I had a really hard time finding Himitsu Sentai Gorenja to watch with English subs.
I bet.
And to be entirely frankly honest, the way I watched it is out of somebody's Google Drive that they just made available to people,
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
which
good
is
shit.
very, very kind of them. I would love to thank them or throw money their way. They actually have like ads that play in front of them to keep it running, I suppose, to help support that, and I'm happy to support them that way. But
Yeah, no, that's honestly fair. I mean, yeah, for a very long time, the only way I could watch Kamen Rider and Sentai stuff, especially like the modern stuff, was there was a site that I used to go to where I could get torrents of those things, and then because of people being dumb on Twitter, that site got sent a cease and desist, I believe,
Oh, boo.
and so they had to take all of their fucking Sentai and Kamen Rider down.
Ugh. That's always a
Boo.
frustrating
And so now,
thing.
it super sucks. Because that's the thing is this place was consistent, and it was pretty thorough too. Like you could get like every Kamen Rider and probably even every Sentai from like 2000 up to current.
Ooh.
And they had the whole thing. They had multiple different qualities of rips. If a series was old enough that it got like a Blu-ray re-release, they would usually have the Blu-rays up and stuff. They had batch fucking torrents. So instead of having to get episodes one at a time, you could just be like, I'm just gonna download this torrent batch for episodes like 1 through 15. It was great. And it's all in the trash now.
That's a real shame. I know companies, or more specifically the people in charge of the copyrights, can be very fussy about that stuff. And I know Japanese shows can be notoriously bad about it. But it feels so bad because the frank truth that, I don't know, I wish they were a little more conscientious of, I guess, is the fact that the only reason this kind of site would be as popular as it is because you didn't make this exact service already available to people for a reasonable price. Like, people will happily pay money for your show if you make it easy for them to get and don't super overprice it.
Yeah. I mean, that, like, I absolutely would have been more than willing to pay for, what Sentai and Kamen Rider I have consumed if I could. But I can't is the thing. But and that is the nice thing about going back to kind of Shout Factory. That is the nice thing, especially here, in their 50th anniversary year, there has clearly been strides to acknowledge that Kamen Rider has a Western fan base that wants to be able to access the show.
Please.
And so they are starting to put more Kamen Rider stuff like on Shout Factory. Shout Factory has a bunch of Sentai series on it.
God.
So it's starting to become so that you can actually access this shit, which is really nice because previously there just wasn't a way.
I would love if they made an official, like, box set of, like, every Kamen Rider series up until relatively recently, since I'm sure they'd want to sell, like, the newer ones in their own separate things, but, like, or even just, like, era sets, like, you could buy the Heisei era set all as one box set. I would happily buy those. They'd be in, like good, like, Blu-ray quality with professionally made subtitles and maybe even, like, extras and behind-the-scenes stuff.
You could put all the fucking music videos they did for, like, the openings and stuff in there. You could put the movies in there as well. Holy shit, that would be so good. And you know what? Something like that would probably run you like $150.
I'd pay
and
that.
It would be worth it.
Absolutely.
It would absolutely be worth it.
Like, imagine if Kamen Rider got the Godzilla treatment of the Showa era box collection.
Oh my god, I would kill for a Showa, especially because Showa era stuff is some of the hardest to find.
Absolutely.
Like the Heisei stuff, and especially Heisei Phase 2 stuff, is a lot easier to get your hands on, just kind of from a technological standpoint. We're Heisei Phase 2, we're talking about like 2009 up to 2019, I believe. So just like technologically, there were a lot more ways, there was a lot more access to being able to get this stuff and being able to distribute it. And that's also where a lot of Kamen Rider's Western popularity sort of exploded. So there were a lot of people trying to get their hands on it. So it's a lot easier to, kind of get your hands on Heisei era Phase 2 stuff. But, Heisei era Phase 1 and especially Showa era is a lot more rare. Like, I'm not even sure where, if at all, you can find like original Kamen Rider for like maybe download online.
No
I think
clue.
at this point, anywhere that you go, if you ask like, "Hey, what's the best way to watch original Kamen Rider online?" people are probably just going to point you at Shout Factory.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
Like, even, as Gopher mentioned, like, Godzilla collection, for instance, even that's still a relatively
Yeah.
recent thing, given, like, the new American
It
Godzilla
is,
movies
yeah.
coming out. I had
Mhm.
such a hard time getting some of those early Godzilla movies. Like, the first Godzilla movie you can
Archive.org.
find pretty easily because it's very popular.
Right, it's
But,
the
like,
original Godzilla.
the second Godzilla movie was very difficult to find and even harder to find with good English subtitles. I think I
Mhm.
think I ended up watching that one on like archive.org.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Archive.org is incredible as well because, like, similarly, I know that they have some Kamen Rider stuff on there, and in terms of kaiju, they have most of the kaiju movies up till like 2004, in which case you can just get them anywhere. Streaming services have them for like $3. And it's really good. And I want Kamen Rider to get that same sort of treatment because then I can walk to my local store and pick up a Showa collection of Kamen Rider for like $150.
Maybe with like a little special edition
And
figure
just,
or
oh,
plushie or
yeah.
keychain.
Oh my god, yes.
Anything, yeah, really.
Give me a plushie and I'll pay more than I should for bad things. Just like, and make it a good thing. You know I'm gonna pay way too much
Give me
money for
Honko
that.
merch.
Just
I'll simp.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like we've already admitted it.
Yeah, for sure.
Many times before, given. I mean, even just given the last episode when I went out.
Yeah, really.
Losing my mind. I'm still
Yeah,
I'm still
Oh, go ahead.
sad. I mean, given our anxieties last time and our reassurances against them when we decided to kind of immediately research it, I didn't find
Mhm.
myself literally writing "Where's Hongo" in my notes several times over these couple episodes, but I miss him already.
That is very incredibly fair. I cannot tell you what a wonderful experience it was reading specifically your notes from the second episode B, and the part where it gets to the question marks and you just saying no.
I was so worried he wasn't coming back.
It was so
the breakdown of a human psyche just instantly.
in text form. I think the best part about it is that all of your notes are in cursive right up until that point. That is a print ass no if ever I've seen one.
It embodies my pain.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Because it's not, again, it's not that I don't love Hayato. It's not that I don't enjoy seeing him around. It's that now that I've had a taste of both Hayato and Hongo, I don't want to give this up.
You've had premium, and now they're asking you to switch back to unleaded. And it's like, well,
you gave me a double, and then you took a patty out. Why would you do that?
Yeah, give me my other patty back.
Please.
I'm trying to get double the meat out here.
Yeah.
Hey, have we gotten past Brandon's introduction?
Yeah, I was
barely.
gonna say just going.
No, we're
back,
past Brandon's intro.
Going back to our
like a few
original
seconds.
tangent, I just wanted to say very quickly that luckily it does seem like the company that is handling the distribution of Kamen Rider seems to be more willing to acknowledge its Western fan base now.
Gotta enjoy money.
Yeah, exactly. To my understanding, I believe there are at least talks or discussions about trying to find ways to make Shin Kamen Rider when it comes out available to Western audiences. Like I said, more and more Kamen Rider series are being available on Shout Factory. So like original Kamen Rider's on there now, Kuga's on there now. They're going to be getting ZO, which is one of the newer ones. I believe they're also supposed to be getting Ryuki as well. So, just more and more series are becoming available. That Amazon Prime series that I mentioned was at one point in time Japan exclusive. They have removed that now. So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can just go watch Amazon's on Prime Video. There's literally nothing stopping you. Just it's little things like that. They are starting to make the show more available, and that is very nice for people like me who want to watch it because it's good. That being said, now that we've gone on as long of a tangent as possible, I don't know what we described. Brandon, he attacked Emmy, so yeah, we're in the Shocker base now, yeah.
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 All right. Boop.
We got the Christmas pterodactyl up here.
Christmas pterodactyl. So, okay. Yeah. They take her to Shocker's base, where a device is implanted in her ear that will allow her to be controlled by Brandon's radio waves. After the operation, Emmy is found by the Moto Club group. That night, Brandon goes to Emmy's home and activates his radio waves. He forces her to go to Hayato's home and replace his camera with one from Shocker. This is a bit I wanted to talk about. Well, we will
right off the bat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did want to share my note of resting brainwashed face.
Yeah,
because it's back.
we busted out the purple eyeshadow again, and also, if you were wondering, doesn't this plot sound familiar? We weren't joking. It's literally just the plot of the last episode, give or take a few things.
Surprise!
Yeah.
I guess
now it's with radio chips.
Yeah, that was the point I wanted to get into. Because B mentioned that maybe old Dr. Death, old Steve Williams, had a slightly better budget for Shocker.
That would have been funny.
Than Colonel Zoll. And I would be more than willing to agree with B if we were using the Altoids again, but we're not.
Unfortunately.
No.
Now we have
entirely brand new.
Now we have invented a tiny little pill-shaped ear transceiver device that needs to be surgically inputted. I wonder how fucking expensive that is.
I'm sorry. I'm suddenly having a slight brain fart. Was it during the viewing or during the discussion of the first episode we were talking about? I wonder what the Shocker folks eat.
I think that was pre-actual podcast discussion.
Okay, because that also went a little bit into, like, the suspect of how things were budgeted.
Yeah.
Did we start? Everything is a blur now.
Yeah,
Did we not record our conversation about the bratwurst?
I don't remember, honestly.
I suddenly can't remember, but I feel like it needs to be in here now that we believe that Colonel Zoll's main issue budgeting was that he was a weeb for Germany, and he was just having schnitzel for dinner every night, and that's why they had no money.
Yeah. I mean, which truly, like, I can think of nothing that would be more true, especially with Colonel Zoll and the revelation that Shakes gave us, I believe, on the last episode, where apparently he was supposed to just be a goddamn Nazi Westaboo. So...
Yeah, he was in Japan, and then he went and he saw the Nazis during World War II and was like, I want in on this, specifically Germany's deal.
Love being German.
And he kept his uniform forever. Till the day he died. Rest in fucking pieces.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Guten Tag, ich bin Colonel Zoll. I practice German every day and use superior German weapons, the Luger. I own several SS uniforms and I wear them every day. I hope to one day go to Germany.
God. Oh, stop.
Oh God, that's just Zoll. We're gonna have to hunt that post down and just put Zoll's face on it.
Please.
ask for some fun German facts from some friends that we can stick in.
I mean, I know one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But getting back to the episode at hand. So yeah, there is also one little bit I do want to talk about while actually in the base. It's a tiny little bit, but there's just something. I reacted to it when I first saw it in the episode, and then I reacted to it again in the rewatch while I was making the synopsis, because there's just this one part where the camera is on Dr. Shinigami and he's monologuing about some bullshit. I think the way he shakes his chocolate, I think they know what I'm talking about, because fucking Brandon, he just kind of he just like dips into frame. He's like,
He's so low to the ground.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, that is one other thing we gotta talk about. Brandon small as fuck, y'all.
Or I don't know what was going on. He cannot be that small.
Either that or Steve Williams was boosted AF.
Maybe. I'm not sure. He stood up on top of his wheelchair or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
just, like,
there's
what?
stairs. That's right. Brandon
Oh,
descends
right,
the
stairs.
stairs.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's probably the stairs.
To go punch
Slap.
Emmy in the ear, and
Yeah.
then he turns back to Dracula without ascending the stairs, so he looks like that meme of that guy looking at the girl who's way taller than him.
Yeah, the meme of Tyler 1.
And it's great.
It's so good. Is there anything else?
I love that picture so much.
It's so good. Is there anything anyone else wants to talk about in the actual Shocker base? Because if not, the next thing I want to talk about is specifically in Emmy's room.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm probably going to be just posting that fucking
That's
picture
fair.
of Tyler Wood.
That's
but
incredibly fair
in comparison to the shot.
So this was just something I noticed on the rewatch, and I was like, wait a minute, this is really fucking weird. So Brandon, he shows up all fucking Vlad Dracula style. Ooh, Emmy, I'm going to sneak into your room at night. Come, I have butter for you. So he breaks in.
Right.
We find out that Emmy is the one that the Beatles wrote that song about because she has kaleidoscope eyes. But Tish. Thank you.
God.
Thank you. That did not deserve that much.
It really hit me out of left field. Kind of like how he punched her.
Wow,
in the
you
ear.
Yeah, really.
just back.
But yeah, so he starts.
Johnny Test whip crack.
He starts activating the brainwaves, which I did notice. I didn't notice this last time, but I did notice this this time. Apparently, he has to do his fun pose every time he wants to activate his brainwaves, and it wasn't just something he started doing for shits and giggles later on in the episode. But he goes into Emmy's room. He starts activating the brainwaves. Emmy is like, oh, ow, no, ooch, ow, my brain. And then Brandon is like, now that you see that I hurt your brain meats real bad, you have to do my bidding, or else. And Emmy is like, okay, I'll do your bidding, even though I don't want to. And then when we cut to her leaving her apartment, she's got the brainwash eye makeup on again. It's like they filmed lines from a different episode and then just decided not to cut it for some reason. I mean, I guess there's no way to get back into this without kind of.
Should we be honest and just say, hey, we
That's
had
what
an
I'm
issue,
saying.
so-
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't think we can start back into it without acknowledging the elephant in the room.
All right.
So, hey, audience, this is my good friend Peter. He's an elephant. It's time we acknowledge my good friend Peter. We done had ourselves a little recording oopsie. So if this part sounds different than the rest of the part, which it should, because it's starting with me talking about an elephant named Peter, it's because of that recording whoopsie. But we're gonna try and get right back into it as if nothing happens. Sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Alright, excellent. So last time on Kamen Rider, I believe Emmy was being harangued by Brandon in her room.
And there was a teddy bear.
Beautiful teddy bear.
There was a beautiful, wondrous
spotlight on him
woman.
like it was a Kirby Game Over screen.
Yeah, really. Fucking Final Fantasy VII Game Over screen ass teddy bear.
Continue.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Yes.
And then
Nope,
you watch
no,
the teddy bear
you
just
got-
fall off the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, safe state.
No, oh, you cheater. You're lucky this isn't back in the day, B. You gotta live with your decisions. You start that game over.
Yeah. Eyes, do the thing. There we go. Pronouns after that night. Yes. Okay. Yeah. That night. Okay. Yeah. So we talked about Brandon doing his brainwaves on poor old Emmy. Brain coercing her into doing his bidding. So Emmy, off she goes. She's gonna go do his dark bidding. And we've learned that Brandon is a real shitty employer. He will not let you change if he gives you a job. If he rings you at 4 a.m. and says, I want pizza rolls, you do have to go out in your slippers and your fucking bathrobe and get him some goddamn pizza rolls.
Go to Walmart, to the freezer aisle.
Look,
Get those 60 count bags of pepperoni.
Here's the thing: is you are in a Walmart at 6 a.m, so no one really gives a shit.
I can't remember the last time I've been in a Walmart. All I remember is how sad and gray they look.
Yep.
Wow,
I
too
used
good
to
for
work
Walmart.
at
Speed
a
drops.
Walmart, and it sucked.
Yeah.
I have a much better grocery chain that I attend, so I am not
Hell
really upset to
yeah.
throw Walmart under the bus.
Let's
HEB squad,
go.
rise up.
HEB squad, rise up! Let's go!
Damn, I wish that were me.
I'm so sorry.
The only two good things that ever happened to me while I was working at Walmart were both the results of me stealing things.
Cool.
Specifically, you know how Walmart has that big old like dollar DVD bin sitting at the front where you can find some real
Yes.
garbage, and every now and then there's a hidden treasure. Well,
Mhm.
I took
The
a glance.
treasure is garbage.
Yeah, the treasure is garbage. Well, no, this was an actual legitimate treasure because I took a glance in there one time and found a magical little DVD called I believe it was called Flying Fists of Kung Fu. It was
Fuck
like
yeah.
a $5 DVD that had like 12 old kung fu movies on it.
Wow.
Yep.
What a value.
Went ahead and scooped that up, put that in my locker during my break, and it went home with me. And then the other one I feel less bad about stealing because they definitely would have just thrown it away anyway. I was doing like I was being forced to clean shelves even though I was a cashier because that's how Walmart works. And it was it was either Halloween night or like the night after Halloween. And on a shelf I found with his tag missing, his tag and one leg missing, was this little plastic skeleton in a mariachi outfit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you are the sweetest little guy, and if someone else sees you, they are going to throw you in the trash. So I named him Mr. Bojangles, and he came home with me.
Aww.
And then later on that year, when I had to move back in with my parents, it became a tradition of making him a Christmas decoration.
Good.
Do you
So he will
still
either sit
have-
on our fireplace or he will sit on the top of the tree come
Merry
Christmas time.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah.
I really
Mr.
want to
Bojangles
see
here to-
Mr. Bojangles.
I don't think I have any pictures of Mr. Bojangles on my phone, but I know we have taken pictures of Mr. Bojangles, so I can definitely send some to y'all.
I would love to see.
Yeah, Mr. Bojangles, he's a cool friend.
Mm.
Anyway, now that we're thoroughly off track, which is par for the course for this
Much
podcast.
more.
It's like we never
Oh,
left.
goodness.
Yeah, really. So, Emmy, she heads out in the middle of the night. She breaks into Hayato's house because that's an easy thing to do. She does an old camera swapperooski. Now, for what purpose does she do the swapperooski? Well, you're going to find out right now. You see, the next morning, a
That's
boat from America. Wow.
America.
arrives. Wow. I can't
The
believe
land
this
of the
boat is
free.
American. I will say, just on a weird side note, this isn't relevant to anything ever, but the
Yeah.
boat was called Coral Princess, and I was like, damn, that's a good name for a boat.
That's a nice
Such a
name.
cute name.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like someone's personal yacht.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's this. Somebody probably
Or
lent it to them.
I feel like there's only three directions to go with boat names. Either something nice and sincere like that, some sort of a pun like, I'm trying to think of a boat. Don't worry about it. Or the realm of absolute insanity and weirdness where I would live in, wherein I would name a boat something like Count Glockula or something.
Slam in the back of my Glockula.
Arn Anderson 2021.
Oh my.
They tried to dig through his ditches.
Yeah.
They tried
well,
to burn his witches.
Yeah. They got fucking Spy on the Pine for their troubles, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Coral Princess arrives from America with Akira's father, Dr. Namikawa, a world leader in rockets, and other passengers. Taki is here in case there is an attack on Dr. Namikawa, and Hayato arrives to take pictures, because that's his job.
Remember his job?
Yeah. Remember when Hayato did things? Pepperidge
No.
Farm remembers.
I know nothing about Hayato.
That's fair.
No, home.
Wait, you know he
He's
has
my
a
friend.
boyfriend. You've met his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoken like someone who wants to get out of the conversation.
No, I just didn't know how to carry that bit, so I'm just like, do I give up?
Ah, yes, the bit dies here.
Sometimes
Just
dropping a bit is
backdash.
a good punchline.
You don't gotta hold shit. Bad grades, weird bits.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
Just get out of there.
Look, I'm
If it sucks, then split.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. Anyway. As Hayato arrives, Shocker explains that the replaced camera will fire a miniature rocket when the shutter closes. Hayato goes to take a picture of Dr. Namikawa, but is bumped by Akira, causing his aim to miss. I don't write this for some reason, but it is still plot relevant, so I should explain that the rocket ends up hitting the toy rocket that Dr. Namikawa brought with him for his wee little lad. His sweet baby boy.
Which is just
boah.
very funny.
It is. They were anti-rocket missiles.
Yeah.
So
The irony.
anyway, Hayato
The
gets
irony is
handcuffs slapped
delicious.
directly on him. Because that's what happens when you try to assassinate a man in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Brute force. They really just wound those thing up from last Sunday to slap on his wrist.
Yeah. Fucking charged that motherfucker like a focus attack. Anyway, while Hayato is in prison, Taki arranges for his release by using his FBI connections, while Hayato ponders
This is
red
Punderson.
leather, yellow leather, unique New York. Jesus. While Hayato ponders what happened, we then see Taki speaking with someone about the situation when Emmy arrives and says she needs to speak with him. When Taki asks what's the matter, he is attacked by Shocker. Taki fights off Shocker but is eventually kidnapped by Brandon, who is chased after by Hayato.
Subsequently damseled. Poor Taki.
Yeah, poor
Yeah.
Taki.
I
Poor
mean,
man.
that's his role.
Yeah.
A little, but
And not just in the show.
Look,
I think this.
it
Hello?
comes with the
First
territory when
time-
you're a bomb.
All right, you just said
Oh
it.
my god. Alright, well.
You know what? Let me just take this text and I'm just gonna lift this up here.
Yeah.
It
I'll fucking
was-
sub for text. I never got my teacher's license. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of proud of that one.
I'm a little worried what territory we'll lead into.
Not as bad
we
as
said
we-
a bit ago.
Not as bad.
We had a recording issue, so it's getting kind of late, and I don't know what we're going to spiral into.
It's gonna get wild.
Yeah, it's not only getting late, but it is at this current juncture the longest recording session we have had, regardless of episode length at this point.
Yeah.
So we just have a lot to say, whether or not it's cohesive.
That
Or
is pretty
coherent.
par the course, though, when you put it that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't worry, it's not cohesive.
If there's one thing we can do, it's not shut up.
Yeah. Which pretty
By
solid
myself.
skill to have for a podcast, I'd say. Thank
why
God there
we're
aren't
on
just giant stretches of no one talking.
That's called streaming.
Yeah, a little bit.
Single tier.
Then you look at the stream and you're like, the streamer went to take a break 20 minutes ago. Okay.
Oh,
Forgot he was eating food.
I got lost in the sauce. I
Speaking
know
of
I
being
ate so much
lost in the
spaghetti.
sauce.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Good old Taki. He gets fucking manhandled.exe'd by Emmy. I still just enjoyed that bit. It's so
Yeah.
stiff.
Come here.
Ow, my arm! You're hurting me.
And he goes through. I don't know. Like, I feel like at a certain point, someone's dragging you along like that. Like, a guy would just kind of be like, "Okay, well, like, what's going on here? Why are you doing this
Yeah.
to me?" He goes down like so much of a path. Like, just
Yeah,
takes him
really.
all the way down the street.
And he's got such an amicable smile when he finally was like,
It's
"All right,
just
Emmy,
like,
what is
whatever.
it?" Truly, like, Emmy up to her pranks again. But that's why we love her. Like, bro, you are in an alley. You're about to get fucking Arn Anderson.
We do not know you well enough for this level of comfort, Emmy. You can't be playing pranks on me. I've known you for like a week.
Yeah,
This
really.
is-
Well,
Don't
Or-
overstep your boundaries, please.
Fucking-
You're making this weird for both of us.
fucking Orby.
Or
We did just have quite a few writer girls get Thanos snapped from existence. Maybe we've known Mika and Emmy the whole time. What are you
Oh my
talking about? I don't know any Mari.
Mantella.
Hiromi, never heard of her. I couldn't tell you. Show won't fucking address it, that's for sure.
that is definitely one of the big legitimate criticisms I have about this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Just the lack of information.
There's so much that's just left on the cutting room floor. It's like,
My
dog,
God.
we need you to explain some shit ever.
They're just gone, and we never address it as if they weren't important. And I mean this in the kindest way possible. The last set of Rider Girls that we got with Hayato weren't exactly super important. I love them and I want them to stay around, but they weren't super important or plot relevant.
No.
Ruriko, on the other hand,
Mm.
was pretty closely tied to the original premise, and I'm
Yeah,
sad that even she is not immune to this treatment.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it is a kind of extra fucked up to think about it in the lens of like it happening to Ruriko, because her dad is literally the first victim of Shocker that we see on screen. Shocker
And he
killed
was-
number 1 on the B Drops death count for Kamen
It
Rider
was
Ichigo
horrific.
is
And-
Ruriko's dad, and now Ruriko
He-
doesn't fucking exist.
He was also one of the scientists who created Hongo.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
You know.
You know.
I just
You
get
know.
more frustrated every time we bring it up. I'm getting to the level of Shake's frustration.
It's legitimately insanely frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, I am not a stranger to Kamen Rider, like, showing a thing and then it may be going away for a bit. But I usually don't have to worry about it too much, because I know it will be addressed eventually. And it, like, usually there will be a point where they'll make an episode where, you know, like, maybe the episode will open and the protagonist will be sitting lost in thought, and, like, a side character will come in and will be like, hey, you seem weirdly contemplative for once, what are you thinking about? And they'll be like, hey, you remember that wild shit that happened, like, 10 episodes ago? And they'll be like, yeah, I wonder what was that about? And then that's what the episode will be about. But, like, unless that's gonna start happening soon, or in, like, the 80s of episodes, I have to assume Kamen Rider just lost these people and we're like, alright, well, fuck it, they're gone.
We did actually get a small update as our editor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we never brought that up.
Yeah,
We didn't.
would we like
Yeah,
to
we
bring
should-
that up now, since
I
we're
mean,
already
might
on
as
this
well, we're talking
topic
about
again.
it.
Yeah.
That is relevant.
Scrolling. I'm gonna find it.
Okay,
We
here's
talk too
Scroll
much in
upwards
this
through all the
goddamn
Moomin-
chat, yeah. Past the-
All
the fucking Arn Anderson memes.
quizzes in here. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
All the
Yeah, while
fucking
we're scrolling-
teasers for Shin Kamen Rider.
leave in the comments, what Moomin are you?
Yeah.
Make sure to take
Please.
multiple quizzes and then.
Yeah, you gotta
Yes.
organize your results to see
Jungle
what's
Boy
What
meme.
character are you?
What kind of Pokemon are you?
Yeah.
What
How
kind-
do you do
Yeah, what
things
is
you
your
do?
Pokemon type?
Is this
Share
all
with
in
me your
Japanese?
secrets. deep
No,
inside.
this is in fucking Spanish.
Yeah,
a
Even
little
if
farther up.
Portuguese, and it would be better to just take our editor's summary.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I was just wondering.
Because he
I was
didn't
like,
fucking paste that in text. I'm
there's a
talking to
box-
you right now, Wordsy. What the
Oh.
fuck are you doing?
Oh. I just, you know, I saw a white box of text and I was like, this will probably sum it up pretty succinctly, huh? Nope.
Well, it would, but
If
not
you
for us.
spoke
Psych.
Portuguese,
we are
yeah.
too uneducated.
Yeah. All right. So
Should have
In
just took the
Portuguese
language
specifically.
feed. God.
this is the word Z of Wordsy, formally and officially, where he says, little editing deep dive into actors and particularly Linda Yamamoto. He puts in brackets Atsuko. I guess that's another name maybe she went by.
I believe so.
As far as I could find in the heaps of old interviews and stories told by the production staff, and this could hold true for other people up and leaving the show, Linda was kind of subject to a Japanese actress machine where things are expected to be handled in particular ways, and actresses are to be treated with real different levels of respect and reverence. The prevailing story I found, and grain of salt due to my translation being admittedly weak. When she was brought on, there was a kind of buzz because a half American actress was showing up, so like welcome things got made, signs, food, stuff, etc. And someone a little higher in the process got pissy about this and like made up some reason to get all huffy about her using the stage name she had provided. I understand it was on like the signs and stuff. And while she apologized, that kind of mucked up the relationship. After time and shoots, she eventually left to focus more on her music career, but that is a common thing for early live-action actresses, it seems. The good news is she did get a little revival after a brief fall-off because of a cute little girl who sang and danced like her. But as far as I can dig, there seemed to be like a combination of being an actress in that market at the time and tension with the production folks. Chieko Maki is a tougher nut to crack, but I'm going over interviews about her and people she worked with right now to pass time. Real interesting stuff. So the grand total sum of that essentially is that there were people who were excited for Linda Yamamoto, who is the woman who plays Mari, to be on the show, and that seemed to rub someone higher up the wrong way. And so between just that and the less than stellar, workers' rights for actors just in the 70s in general, let alone probably in the 70s in Japan for television work on a children's horror show, kind of led to her just being sort of just dropped, or either just dropped or leaving to focus.
I think
on her
she up
music
and
career.
left because I know when we were initially digging up, it seemed to line up pretty well with her going back to a like a singing competition show thing going on back in the day, and just revitalizing her music career.
Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, more power to you, girl. If you want to say fuck it, this shit sucks, I'm out, I'm gonna go sing, like, hell yeah, chase your bliss.
Absolutely. So that was very interesting, and thank you, Words, again for doing that research.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you have any more information on Chiakomaki, you kind of left off there.
Yeah. And
please keep
audience
posting
as
it.
well,
We'll keep reading it.
If y'all in the audience find anything about the other, actresses that kind of just disappeared from the show, send that to us and we'll talk about it.
Because obviously we care a lot about this.
Yeah. If we didn't care, we wouldn't be doing the podcast. That being said,
That's fair.
speaking of the podcast, where were we at? Taki's getting attacked by Shocker and Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon
and the whoopee cushion.
Yeah, he's hitting them with the whoopee cushion. The dangerous wind.
Just enough to even blow Kamen Rider down.
Yeah. Hayato shows up. I will say one thing I am disappointed about, but I'm not too surprised about because it kind of stopped being a plot point pretty quickly. Kamen Rider's belt is wind turbine powered.
Yeah.
That's why him have to do a flippy. So
this is
when this dude started fucking deadly winding him, he should have just been like, all right, you're fucking dead, son.
This is like peak opportunity to do a fun, interesting twist on the Henshin formula, but they were clearly too engrossed in the formula for their own TV show for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense.
It's a real big shame because I feel like this is emblematic of early Kamen Rider Ichigo stuff in the Hongo era. Because they were so clearly willing to think of different ways to implement that wind power.
Yeah, for sure.
What if we dropped him down a hole, and he just got the wind from falling?
Exploded.
What if he was riding his motorcycle and it made the wind from that, and all kinds of other things? Yeah. What if he got it blown up?
Yeah.
I was gonna mention a few of those, but. Yeah, it's just, the Henshin, they're great, of course. But also they're definitely trying to push for the more formulaic, here's what happens sort of stuff, which is fine, but has a very different energy.
Yeah, it's, it is one of those things where I understand why they're doing it, because, it for all intents and purposes, as much as we are calling it formulaic, it is not a formula yet. This is the first one. They are starting to form a formula, but we aren't quite there yet. But I can just very easily see this situation happening in a more modern Kamen Rider, right? With the same context of here is a Kamen Rider that transforms with wind power. Here is a person who is using a wind attack on them. That'd be like the debut of Kamen Rider hyper mode for them or whatever.
Right? I am turbocharged. Let's go.
Hey, guess what, dipshit? I'm electricity powered and you shot lightning at me. I'm gonna fucking ruin your day. You gave me free energy.
Oh no.
Yeah, fucking Andre the Giant got gif.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, again, still
But
can't blame
no.
him too much. Developing the formula, figuring shit out. Who knows? Maybe Anno will do something with it. Hopefully.
Please.
I mean, yeah, he's really going back to the very beginning.
Yeah, we truly do not have any way to gauge what it all is going to be done in this movie. It's very possible he could. Oh man, you know what I want to know actually now in hindsight, since we just brought up Anno. I want to know if he's going to bring back the fucking face paint beret shockers.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wasn't some of that footage definitely had some, didn't it?
No, not in any
In
of
the
the
trailer?
preview. No, unfortunately, none of the trailer. The trailer stuff is just Kamen Rider, the bike, and the new Spider-Man.
I could have sworn.
Who
I
looks
saw some old
amazing.
Yeah,
shit.
that new Spider-Man looks great, but I don't remember. At least I don't recall seeing any shocker mooks. Maybe there's something that I haven't seen yet that Shakes has seen. But I don't know. We'll see. It would be very, very, very cool if even for just a brief, even if just for the Spider-Man fight, we got some traditional face paint beret, shocker mooks. That'd be cool.
Old school.
Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I saw something at some point, but maybe I'm getting my wires crossed about some other retro Kamen Rider thing.
It is possible. Or mayhap it was some form of fan art.
Oh.
Who is to say?
Let us know in the cut. Just kidding.
I was very tempted to just be like you was to say.
Vote now
audience,
on your
tell
phone.
us. And everyone voted so hard that the palace was on fire. He didn't really care.
Text 55555.
7.
555.
Yeah. Senor Card Gauge. Anyways, wind.
Yeah. So making a joke that probably only I get, Hayato is harangued by the dangers of trapped wind and has to use that power in order to transform into Kamen Rider. He fights, you know how he do. You know how him fight?
Do it
He
again.
do that.
He jumps on roof.
He do jump on roof.
Good.
Right, you gotta know.
Roofs, they're playthings to him.
Yeah. He does not respect a roof.
Good for him.
Brandon has the high ground. He then loses the high ground. This will
By
happen again later.
By himself.
Yeah.
And he just opts to damsel tacky.
Yeah, he truly just carrying that man around like a rag doll. But yeah, it's I'm trying to remember. This is another issue that happens when we have super long recording sessions like this. Is me brain are not working so good.
What did we say?
I'm trying to remember if there was anything specifically worth commenting on about this fight that we. Oh, you know what? Actually, we threw a shocker book into a pool.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of
yeah!
Danger Ops.
We were all cheering for it right until the moment they did it.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh, that
cheered
was kind
more.
of close.
Yeah, his head got a little close to that concrete edge, not gonna lie, but it was good. He's fine. He went into the pool clean.
Yeah, we did
He's a
we did a
professional.
flippy into a pool. It was great.
And then
Oh, you know what?
He
Other
shuffles
thing that we
away.
commented on that I think we noticed this trend starting in the last episode and it continued in this one, but I don't think we ever talked about it. Like way more wrestling moves this time.
yeah.
A little
Like
bit.
lots of flippies. Not like flippies, not like modern wrestling flippies, but like old school wrestling flippies, if that makes sense. It doesn't. That's a crazy. I just said. Here's the thing you got to know about that sentence: is if you said that to someone on the street, you would be institutionalized.
Jeez. Okay.
Just instantly put you in the white.
Yeah.
They snatch you out of the air.
It'd be like a bad vaudeville act. Just 4 crooks would come off of a stage left.
A trapdoor would open from a grassy field.
From a
You
random
get
field,
fucking
yeah.
Scooby dudes, yeah. Yeah, so Hayato fights against Shocker, but unfortunately he is not able to save his boyfriend Taki.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, here we go. At the Shocker base, a transmitter is put into Taki so that he will also do Brandon's bidding. Back at the motor club, they ask Hayato where he's been as a policeman was looking for him because Taki went missing. Hayato explains the situation. They are also the ones who changed his camera.
Mm.
Later, Hayato speaks with Emi and asks if she is okay.
Oh yeah, just to reiterate things I said before, but have now been lost.
Very fair.
Mika's dress is pretty, and I'm gay.
Yeah.
This is really all I say, and I will keep saying it.
Hey, I also think
Mika's
Mika's
very
dress
pretty.
is pretty. Yeah.
It's very pretty.
And I am also gay. That has nothing to do with this situation because that uses the straight half, but also girl pretty, like when girl pretty.
Mhm.
We
Madam.
can appreciate girl pretty.
It's just just real nice.
Yeah.
We can all appreciate girl pretty.
And
Except
it-
Hayato.
No.
Yeah.
He
No,
doesn't have
Hayato
any.
truly, he sees a girl pretty and all he feels is anger and disdain.
It was. He just sees red. Fuck this.
Bull.
He just starts stomping around like that one kid in that gift with the paper towel.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
they
just-
say, Hayato, you're blushing? And he says, no, I'm red with rage. I'm furious.
Furious.
I'm so upset.
This is the worst thing that happened to me this week.
Women.
My disappointment is
Measurable.
immeasurable and
Day
my
is
day is
ruined.
ruined.
I don't know why, but for some reason Shakes brought up the paper towel gif, and I just imagined that happening with Goro on Taki's shoulders as the paper towel, and then Taki as the little stands.
Just smacks Goro away.
The paper towel. I'm
Flings.
not sure I'm familiar with the paper towel gift.
Oh, it's so
it's
good.
often set to music.
It's like one of my favorite dance gifs. I have to see if
I'll
I
have to-
can.
I'll have to Google it. Continue.
Yeah,
Oh,
we will
I
make
found
sure
it.
that you. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go, Gopher.
Oh, it's this one, of course.
Yeah. Truly one of the best gifts. This one that you sent is so good because it's sped up, so the paper towels just disappear.
Just evaporates.
Just imagine that happening to Goro.
Goodbye.
He's gone.
Goro's dead.
No, my boy.
Yeah, there's no
Um,
mess to clean up, which is good because there's no paper towels.
Anyway,
Anyways, yeah, sorry.
no, it's fine.
Emmy's room. Lesbian
Emmy's-
witness room.
Yeah,
Lesbian-
Emmy has moved into lesbian witness's apartment, and so the lesbian witness poster is there.
Real clear shot of it too this time.
Yeah, very,
Mhm.
yeah, truly, just like no even attempt to. I really want to know where they got that poster, and whose thought it was.
Who
of,
is this woman?
We need decorations for this apartment. I know. We'll throw this up in there.
Yeah. And
This is a-
both
this is a-
times both times it wasn't like, it's a bachelor pad. Throw a pretty girl up there. Both times it has been women.
Yeah, this is a normal thing for a young 20-something-year-old female to have in her room, right?
The
I
girls
think-
like looks. Fashion.
Fashion.
It's
Yeah.
either someone who's so out of touch that they did not understand that could come off as homosexual in the slightest, or there is a gay set designer who's just like, I'll
Yep.
put this here. This will be my little win for the
Yep.
evening.
Inclusivity would.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider killed a gay Nazi.
God, it's just now that we have a clear shot of that poster, right? I have a deep fear that is not an actual brown skinned person.
Oh no!
I mean, they might be tanned.
Severely,
It
That's
can
fair.
happen.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, clearly they looked a little either wet or greased up, so that would also add to the ambiguous effect.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a wild picture, though. I wish we could find it.
Yeah, that would be a fucking. There you go. You want to talk about a
There's
piece
no
of
logos or anything on it. It's just a picture
no
of a
identifying
lady.
marks. I wonder if
Some
maybe
beads.
like one of the cameramen or something, like the fucking director of photography or whatever, like did that picture. And when they were looking for set pieces, they were like, I'm gonna fucking show off my work. Bam!
Here,
Put on a wall.
slap it on there.
Slap it on there. Slap it on there like fucking Hayato slaps Goro when he sees a girl.
Jesus.
He doesn't.
Some slander. We're spreading some real libel.
Slander.
Really?
It's almost it's past 1 a.m. for Fats. There's
Yeah.
the filter is off
the-
by
yeah,
this point.
1 a.m. is when I start accusing the people I love of horrible things.
Mostly calling violence for minors, if past evidence is to be believed.
Yeah, well, and that one time I
And-
accused Stanley Kubrick of being racist.
I'm still waiting on my cheeseburger.
You're still waiting on your cheeseburger? This is bullshit.
I don't. If I had slightly more money, I would just send you cheeseburger money for the bit alone.
No.
For the bit alone.
No.
No.
I said if I had slightly more money.
But go.
What?
But,
Do I
but
not
shit-
deserve cheeseburger?
No, because you didn't assault a child.
Let Gopher keep their money.
You want that cheeseburger? You gotta drop kick a baby. Them's
Wait,
the
why is
rules.
it a baby now?
I got like
Because it sounds funnier.
I
Basement
got
dropkick.
the least amount
Yeah.
of money in my spendings account that I've had since 2017.
Ugh,
Oh dear.
feel that.
I can't afford cheeseburgers.
We have enough money for chicken nugget.
Emmy's room.
Emmy's
Emmy's gay
room.
room.
Lesbian.
Lesbian.
Witness, Emmy.
Soon to be lesbian attacker, Emmy. Let's get into
Yeah.
it, huh? Where was I? Oh yeah. Hayato speaks with Emmy and asks if she's okay, as the others said she was acting strange after she disappeared. Emmy pulls out that motherfucking thing on Hayato as she begins to deduce what happened, but before she is able to bust out the 9, Hayato moves the gun and apprehends it. So yeah, Hayato is like, "Hey Emmy, you doing all right? They said that you disappeared for a couple of hours, and then you were acting strange." And she was like, "Oh, he's on to me. It's a good thing I keep that motherfucking thing on me."
Pull out the Glock.
I think
Pull
for
out the Glock.
clarification, this is not a joke.
No.
She does pull out a revolver.
Literally.
It's just-
You know that fucking gun Jigen uses in Lupin? It's that. She just pulls one of those out. I was like, "Alright, motherfucker, let's go."
One
Uh,
of them little snub-nosed
Yeah.
revolvers.
And then she proceeds to not shoot it for like a minute and a half for some reason. Well,
She
you
has
know,
to
because the
taunt him.
yeah,
threateningly.
because the blocking in the goddamn script said not to. But yes, I am aware that wrestling is fake, Dad. You know. So
Okay.
Hayato should get shot, but he doesn't. He grabs the gun.
How wild would it be if they just fucking shot him?
That'd
That was
be
the
some
end of the
shit.
series. He's dead.
It would be extra funny because they could just write it. It's just like, you fucking shot me in the chest. Also, I'm Kamen Rider, by the way. Sorry, that doesn't affect me whatsoever.
Yeah, but I bet you forgot the part where I'm a cyborg, or you didn't know. Your relationship with me is nebulous at best.
Just more so than the rest.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. They hung out with Hongo.
I got iron titties.
Conk.
That's how Superman did it. That's what they don't tell you. They're like, oh,
Just
Superman's
titties.
bulletproof. Nah, dog. Titties of steel. Ping, ping.
Well, if he is a man of steel, I think that is
Yeah, right? What do you think?
implied.
It's just the titties, though. They never shot on anything else.
Yeah, well, shoot him in the dick. Yeah. I'll shoot him
Oh,
in
if
the
there's
dick.
anything harder.
I don't know enough about Superman.
You think
to-
Superman go hard like that?
Hard on his pecs.
Talk about Clark like that.
Clark? What are you, his mom? Don't talk about my boy that way. He doesn't have a penis.
He might. I don't know. I haven't.
You haven't been down there? You
I don't
haven't
know
looked?
what he's got.
Please, I'll
No.
volunteer. I'll go spelunking. I'll take a look.
Oh gosh.
Figure out what's down there for science.
Jesus.
Something about furthering human-alien relations? Sure, let's go with that.
Close Encounters of
Buy
the
him dinner
Seventh Kind.
first, please.
No, come on, Gopher. These would obviously be close encounters of both the sixth and then the ninth kind. Heyo.
Nice.
Thanks.
Okay, but okay. You're gonna have to add that on the what's the Hynix extended scale of close encounters.
Yeah, you gotta put it in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, close encounters of the sixth kind is when you perform oral sex on an alien, and then close encounters of the ninth
Yeah.
kind when an alien
No, that-
performs oral sex on you.
That was the seventh, but Wikipedia removed it. No, I'm
They
not
do.
joking.
They heard my great joke. They were like, go, go, go.
I have to ban my own podcast from my own circle. God damn it.
I'm sure we've talked about worse.
Maybe.
No,
Probably.
this is-
I think we generally insinuate words.
I guess
don't
that's
think we
fair.
ever actually
It's-
get this
it's-
direct.
I mean, to be fair, I used a medical term. I don't know about medical, but look, I didn't.
No.
I said oral
No, there's
sex.
more medical terms that you could.
I could have been worse about it, is what I'm saying. I'm sorry, B. I understand if you don't want to do the podcast, not no worse.
It's okay. It's okay.
So there's this fucking target practice.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I have a note here.
Yeah.
I wrote a dumbass thing. It reads, "What shocker moot got commissioned for this full-size cutout of Kamen Rider?"
Oh, I want to
That's a
know.
great question.
That's a wonderful
Just
question.
lovingly painted. He got so
It's-
many details.
It's real solid.
It's very, very accurate.
Yeah, so we're at the target range. We're with Taki. Here we go. We see that Shocker is training Taki, as he is said to be the FBI's greatest marksman.
Today.
Sure, I remember that.
Yeah, you remember all those times Taki did all those cool gun tricks? You remember that time?
Oh yeah.
You remember that time Taki threw a pistol in the air and then shot the trigger with another gun and used that to shoot a dude? Man, that shit was wild.
You know, I'm glad that old recording did get trashed because I kind of wanted to reference that and I didn't before.
Hell yeah.
I love that gif or
so
whatever.
good.
That clip is insane. Anyways,
Truly wild. Yeah, apparently Taki gun good, but we didn't know.
He gun good, but he's too much of a good guy to use a gun.
Yeah. So, Taki
Is what we
attempts
insinuate.
Yeah. Taki attempts to turn his gun on Dr. Shinigami, but is stopped by Prandon. After the training, Taki is told his task will be to assassinate Dr. Namikawa, who is with his son on a drive to Mount Ikua. I think that's the correct mountain, but I don't actually know, because I missed the name during the rewatch. Neat. I did the good. I have earned a brownie point.
Fats, do you have any brownies? I need some brownies.
No, dog, I ain't got no brownies.
Why?
Do I look like I got brownie money?
You sound so disappointed. Are you alright? Do you need a snack break?
If it weren't 2:30 in the morning, I'd say yeah.
That's fair.
Impromptu ASMR mukbang.
Crunch, crunch.
Mukbang podcast, is that a thing?
No, my
Probably.
impromptu
Listen to me
ASMR
eat some
was last
Cheez-Its. What's he
Right.
do with that fucking thing?
What do you do with that? Well, I'll tell you what you do with that fucking thing. Nothing.
He shoots multiple shots with one
Yeah.
one
he's-
bullet.
Good old Tacky. They've given him the sci-fi sniper rifle. It's the same one in Shadow the Hedgehog. Don't worry, I checked. You can tell because it fires like a machine gun, even though it's supposed to be a sniper rifle. You know, like how sniper rifles do. I love when my sniper rifle go barakaka. But it's also got the ghost scope. I think that's real cool. We'll talk about
Magic
that
bullets.
in a bit as well. Yeah. It's from that one movie. You can grab the bullet. That's why it's scoped like that.
Raining bullets.
Silent scope.
Oh man, shout out Silent Scope. I haven't thought about that.
Silent scope. Silence. I'm inserting so many
Yeah.
coins.
Buck 50 in the goddamn Silent Scope machine. Let's go. God, I remember those days.
Now let's play Metal Gear for real.
Okay.
That's $7,000 at the Patreon.
Yeah, there you go.
Play Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Damn, we
that's-
could be making that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like a lot to play.
I gotta
Metal Gear.
I gotta cancel some shit. This is gonna be an outdated reference immediately. Anyways,
Anyway, back at the hospital, Hayato and Tachibana learned about the transmitter as it is removed from Emi. Hayato uses his cyborg ears to hear the message being transmitted and goes to rescue Dr. Namikawa. Kamen Rider is able to protect Dr. Namikawa and disable Taki. He then fights Shocker and Mastodon.
Brandon.
He fights the band Mastodon, defeating them and reactivating the transmitter in Taki's brain. At the end, we see Namikawa and Akira, who is given a new toy rocket by Hayato. Yeah, several years before probably any of their birth, the band Mastodon got teleported into Kamen Rider. They started playing The Wolf is Loose. It was real cool, and then Kamen Rider murdered them all. So
He just killed every single one of them.
yeah, album still came out. Don't know how that happened. Yeah. So Taki's got the magic scope, silent scope gun. He's scoping through the car and aiming at Dr. Narakawa at a different angle than what he is standing at. But luckily, Kamen Rider shows up. He confronts Taki. Taki tries to swing his gun at him like a club because
You know, like
does.
what you do with a gun.
Yeah. So Hayato just kind of quickly dispatches old Taki. We fight Brandon on the hill. Once again, Brandon hides the high ground and then immediately sacrifices it. But
There's some fun aspects of this fight scene, like because they're at like a roadside, like by a tunnel,
mhm.
and there's like a concrete wall there, and Kamen Rider does some fun little parkour moves along the wall and beats up some mooks.
Oh yeah, there's that one
was-
move that he fucking annihilates in the corner.
Yeah, yes.
You get too much information out of him if you just beat him unconscious.
He did-
I mean,
He
wasn't
wasn't
trying
looking
to,
for
he was just
information.
angry.
Yeah, he was literally like, "You son of a bitches, what did you do for talking?" It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Man, we're
Wrong guy. Wrong guy. I'm just a little manager.
See, now my suggestions about how Hayato would react to poor Goro don't seem so far-fetched.
First one he sees.
Yeah, it's just first guy. Oh, bam, 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 bam.
Just
like
slumps down.
Juggle combo in a corpse. Trying to hit that triple S grade.
I know just following orders is not a good defense, but
Also,
this wasn't my plan.
Yeah, Jesus. I'm trying to think of if there's any like specifically fun interactions with Brandon that we're missing.
There's one great Brandon moment,
Maybe what?
but if anybody has anything outside of the very end,
I was gonna say it's the very end for me.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
The extremely long descent of just watching him fall in real time down into, I believe Shay called it the sulfur
Yeah.
pit. He just rolls down a hill into this cloud of yellow gas.
It's comedically long.
Fucking, world's longest death scene ass.
He's just like,
And then he gently hits the bottom of the hill, like it's not an impact or anything.
No.
It explodes.
And then big dust
Okay.
Ugh.
So that scene is about 13 to 15 seconds long.
Wow.
Holy shit.
And then it
Jeez.
cuts for him to fall another 2 to 3 2 seconds and then explodes.
It's great. Oh, and then immediately following that, we get this really beautiful silhouetted shot of Kamen Rider on the hillside.
Yeah.
The there's you can tell it's like moving into sunset.
Mhm.
It's like late afternoon behind him, and then they just cut away.
And they didn't have him fucking pose.
Yeah, he's just
They didn't have him pose
standing
or
there.
anything.
Just neutral standing.
It's such a waste.
Such a waste.
This is the stuff we're talking about, like the wind machine not transferring him and stuff like that. It's just like, there are people whose fucking job in like television is to like look at shit like that and go like, you know what?
We
Let's
do that
spruce
better.
this up. Let's punch this up.
Mm-hmm.
The shot's great. Have him do a pose. You gotta yell from across the cannon. Do the pose! We're shooting this from very far away.
Yeah.
But no. They just cut.
There's got
It's like they ran out of film.
or something.
Just like, oh, that was the end of the camera.
Very real possibility.
Considering what happened in this podcast, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it got burnt.
But
It was just too cool and it obliterated the camera.
fucking cameraman who filmed it melted like in fucking
Yeah.
Layers of the Rock Lost Ark or whatever.
Yeah. Just he's bones now.
Yeah. But
Man, imagine if Kamen Rider had Raiders of the Lost Ark level deaths.
Oh God,
Ugh.
please.
good lord.
I mean, they were only like a sneeze or two away in the early episodes.
Yeah,
It's
to be
true,
fair, we
yeah.
watched a lot of people get dissolved.
Get melted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. With the gumption and budget and maybe freedom of rating, they probably would have gone for something very similar
Probably.
with that mindset.
Man, this show is wild, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Anybody
That
got
said-
any? Oh, go ahead, Six.
Just kind of a nothing set of episodes, gotta say.
Yeah. It's
I was
kind of disappointing that this is the follow up to the return of Hongo. Like we have those
Yeah,
great.
not only is. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like we have those great 2 episodes where Hongo shows up. We get denied him staying around, and then we follow it up with 2. Like they aren't bad episodes by any stretch of the imagination. They're just kind of entirely inconsequential.
Yeah, I think not only am I sad that Hongo's gone, like you said, but also, like you said earlier, these 2 episodes have basically the same core premise
Right.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that's...
And if you space these out within the series, I don't think I would have minded that much. Like, obviously, we would have been like, oh, there, they did this, but whatever. But literally back to back is kind of,
Yeah.
I'll have to be honest, extensively disappointing.
Yeah.
Imagine waiting a week
Yeah.
and being like, Oh.
Gosh.
Oh, it's just this? Is there more of this?
What if they just like got a discount palette of eyeshadow for the show and just really wanted to use it up?
Maybe. Or maybe they're trying to like establish a thing about Steve Williams. Because we
We're just gonna have 50 episodes of Mind Control from here on.
No, I was gonna say like maybe it's supposed to be a thing where it's like he never lets a plan just like fail and move on to the next one, because you know that was kind of sort of the running thing with the first two, the Hongo episodes. Like he came to Japan and he was gonna blow up a volcano and he got stopped, and then in episode 2 he was like, no, we're still blowing up the volcano, we're just gonna do it with a different guy now. So
Oh my god, you're right.
Whoa.
This guy has a track record.
yeah, maybe that could be like the thing
God.
about Dr. Shinigami is like he'll always try something twice at least.
He'll beat a dead horse.
He absolutely will.
Or just a normal one.
He'd probably beat a
Or
regular
just a
horse.
normal
Drink its
one.
blood because he's Drek.
Blah,
I
blah.
love the blood of horses. It keeps me young and beautiful.
People think it's virgins, but no, it's horse.
I want the horse
Much cheaper.
vitality, if you know what I mean.
The virgins just taste good.
The blood.
They are a little snack.
Yeah.
Treat to myself.
Dracula can have little of virgin as a treat. Isn't that right, Christopher? Anyway,
I don't know why I'm still here.
we,
You're
you
a
know,
little part of the bit, Christopher. You can't just leave.
I didn't realize that was Christopher talking and not Shakes.
Well, yeah, words isn't here, so I gotta fill in.
That's fair.
I think it could have been both.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I mean, truly, unless
Life
this-
imitates art,
yeah,
and art imitates life. Why are we here? Just to suffer? Every day I do Kamen Rider podcast.
every day, and you aren't telling us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta cover all the series. I got other friends, man.
Damn.
You mean you're telling me there's more Kamen Rider podcasts I could have been listening to this whole time?
Yeah, surprise, bitch.
Holding out on
Backlog.
me. Holding out on me. This is bullshit.
How long are these secret episodes that you've been recording?
Oh, 15 minutes. We just do a brief little talk.
Okay.
I guess if it's a daily release, that sounds like ample.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, this
probably.
is the one that really gets off the rails. I don't know how.
It's this
All the other ones we just talk about the episode.
It's just the simple fact of the matter that we all only have one brain cell, and if we gotta pass it between the four of us, like a game of hot potato.
You have a brain cell?
Brain fungus.
Not right now. I think
Who's
B's
had-
using
who
it.
has-
Wait, who's got the brain
B,
cell?
B do
What?
you not have it?
Oh,
I'm going.
no.
I'm going.
What shit?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
I'm out of here.
Found it.
Oh, thank Lord.
Wait, where did you get that?
That's not mine.
On the table.
Wait, now we have two.
Oh,
Wait, you found another?
No, Shake still has one.
Wait, it was...
Where did I get this?
we got too many brain cells, y'all. We gotta figure out
The
what's going on.
serial code for this brain cell is A14. Is that the normal brain cell that we normally share?
No, mine's 69.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, yeah. So this one is
420, 69.
I think that might be one of the words he spares.
Mm.
Put that back on the table where you found it.
Yeah.
It's sticky.
Yeah,
Mm.
smells like pickle juice.
Man, I wish I could eat a pickle right now. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Anyway, does anyone have any last minute thoughts or comments about these episodes for Kamen Rider in general?
I would love a pickle.
Where's Hongo?
I actually do have one.
Hit me with it, but not too hard. I'm soft and squishy. I bruise like a banana.
Yeah. I just noticed that, like, whenever we don't have too much to talk about, we just go off these tangents.
Yeah,
And B is dead.
I said I bruise like a banana, and that killed B.
It's all full circle.
But potassium.
I
Grab the banana.
B, are you one to laugh at specific words when you get too tired?
I don't know.
My brother and
I've
I
never-
used to try to know if we were tired, and we do this by looking each other in the eye and saying pudding. And if we laughed, we were too damn tired, and we had
No, fuck you. Pudding's hysterical. Are you kidding me?
No. Fats, take us out,
I'm
please.
trying. Everybody keeps grabbing the wheel.
Don't believe God.
Oh no! Oh, okay. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for joining us on this dumbass podcast. It's very late. And
Say the line,
no,
Bart.
I'm trying to. I'm getting to it. We have shit we have to do. We have a couple of things. First, thank you to everyone
Oh.
who pledged on the Patreon. If you haven't checked it out, there's lots of cool stuff on there. You can get early access to the episodes. You can get cool behind-the-scenes stuff. You can get fucking amazing stickers that B and Gopher made. I'm sure we are going to show one of those off eventually at some point now that they have actually been made. Some of them for the month of September. So you can look at those and you can be like, damn, I want that fucking sticker. And then you can pledge to the Patreon and you can get that sticker. I don't know. Check us out. There was the ad break. You know, our Twitters and Twitches and stuff. Check us out if you want to hear more of us. Please join us next time where we will be covering episodes 44 and 45. Please load. Oh, please load. You were loading a second ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're going to be doing episode 44, The Graveyard Monster Bazinga, and episode 45, The Monster Namakajuro's Operation Gas Expansion. I mean,
Sure.
Gas Explosion.
Still
Sure.
I was looking at the episode title and I read Kabinga and I was like, shit. Yeah, Kabinga. Fucking Bazinga.
Next time, Bazinga.
I'm so sorry.
Say the line, Bart.
Thank you for listening to us. I apologize. And remember, if you can't believe in God and you can't believe in Buddha, you can always believe in Kamen Rider.